Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second week here of the Blast premiere, live from 3 Mills in London. We have the best Counter-Strike teams competing here in the world. I'm Semmler, your host, and already jumping in, Duncan, not wasting any time. Thorin and Spunj, our analysts here at Blast premiere. Gentlemen, feeling good?
Yeah, I just wanted to be accurate. So you said we've got the best teams in the world and complexity.
Well, we are going to get to meet the lineup here, and these are some of their Blast scores. That some of them are pretty
97.
high. 97 for
I
electronic.
told you he had a good tournament.
Exactly.
He got the MVP and they still lost, but this guy was an absolute monster throughout, right? Just some of the entry fragging that electronic was able to do. He is a beast, and I think, you know, you have him in the team with Simple. If you have both of them firing on all cylinders, and then you have Boomich as more of a, I guess, an information in-game leader player. He's quite aggressive. He goes for a lot of those aggro moves to help his team out in that regard. Perfecto, he used to be on Simon Gaming, and he was playing in the last major circuit. I remember watching him, and I thought he's very good at being a bomb site anchor. Now, if people have been, you know, reading the interviews with Blade or Perfecto put one out today with HLTV.org, he's getting comfortable to this. Now, it's not going to be a quick change for him to just go from, oh, I was playing in the tier 3 realms, which is, to be honest, where Simon Gaming were, to now playing against the best teams in the world. So we're going to have a bit of a teething issue for this team, I think, going forward.
And, well, I think that Thorin made an excellent point yesterday as well in our discussion. That's, I think, why I went with Navi, is that right now the role that Perfecto plays on the team and how electronic and simple and the firepower that's already existing on Navi is just so powerful. What are we expecting from Perfecto? What does he need to do for the team to find success?
Just don't be Guardian, don't have a massive negative next to your name, don't be red all over the scoreboard. Like Manchester United doesn't matter. I don't know, whatever the joke you were going with there. No, this is also the reason why the guy on your screen right now, notice his stat wasn't as crazy as you'd expect from last year. That's very good, but it wasn't at the level of electronic. That's the difference maker. In the past matchups between these cores, yeah, Vitality's been getting the better of them each time, but the difference is I thought Vitality had the better player last time. The best player, in my opinion, at the end of this tournament will be Simple. He's back on the AWP, and by the way, he's hungry to get that title back, to win championships again, so I think he's going to tear it up on the AWP. Well, you saw that role, it's been confirmed. He is back on the AWP.
A team that, however, has been putting in the work and that sound very confident so far from what we've been able to catch up with them on coming out of the break is Vitality. Their opponents here to kick off the day. And look at that from Zywoo.
Yeah. There's
97.
a big difference here, right, when you look at this. Zywoo with that rating that's so high compared to the rest of his teammates, and that has to be the talking point for Vitality, right? The stat lines for this team, we spoke about it yesterday. We can talk about it until the cows come home, but he, in terms of a hard carry, has to be one of the biggest hard carries I think that we've ever seen. Now, Vitality have acknowledged these individuals need to step up. You know, the rest of these players need to get on the board with him.
Forget step up, but like, is Shox even stood up?
There you
What's
go.
he doing? He's just sitting down, chilling. I'll be on a 71 while you guys just carry me. That's ridiculous. Like, this guy was one of the best players of all time.
Yeah, so look, I went and dived into some numbers yesterday. I was having a look at the last 4 finals that Vitality have made it into, right? That's either if they've won it or if they've just been in that final. Now, Zywoo's ratings in these finals, we had Epicenter at a 1.53, DreamHack Masters 1.36, Cologne it was 1.33, ECS at 1.41. That's just numbers, people, right? But if you're having numbers that high, that's good, right? Just trust me there. When they've made it to these finals, his teammates, at least one of them, have stepped up and had a much better rating than their average. For example, let's look at Epicenter. Alex had a 1.23 rating. His average with this team is only 0.95. Right,
okay.
so to get to the final and win it, Alex had to have a performance well above his normal level. You can go down to the DreamHack Masters final where they came second. Shox's current rating for the team is 0.92. In that final, in that tournament, he had a 1.03. This is above their average. So this is what we're looking at as the, not can Zywoo show up?
Oh, no.
Yeah, of course.
X-factor component,
right?
Yeah.
Can the rest of the team lift their individual level? And from talking with Apex, that appears to be what they've been focusing on in these, they've allotted 48 days since their last official. That needs to be top of the priority, getting more out of the rest of the team.
As a concept in the team, you have to say that. I mean, for a start, it wouldn't really help your mentality if you make it about player versus player. I will say, it is so bizarre to me that the guys in Vitality never ever seem to want to just straight up say, like, yes, he was the best player. And you know what? We try to work around him. They always try and sell this angle that, like, we're doing something special. Here's the problem. There's a logical flaw there. If it's not that he's just the best player, then say Simple's the best player. That helps your argument, if anything. But they never do that, I notice.
To be fair, like, if I had the biggest gun, right, which they do, or you could say both these teams do, and you could do everything to set him up and still make it to grand finals, still be a top 5 team in the world for a period. That's got to be a one way to go about it, right? But now that they've had this time, the same thing we talked about with FaZe last week. Shox has come on in the middle of the season last year. They didn't have a huge amount of time to practice with him.
Sure.
Now they actually get that opportunity. They've had that downtime. Like I said, 48 days since their last official. Sure, they've had some time off over Christmas. They've had some holidays, but hopefully a decent boot camp leading in here. If we can get like 20% more from the other 4 members on this team, we're looking at a squad who has deeper map pool. They've been playing together for a longer period of time. They definitely have a deeper base of strategies in their back pocket. And that's why when you compare the two teams, not just the names, Vitality here on paper have to be going in as the favorite, right? Why don't we look at this? If this was just aim map, if we put these guys in the server, player for player, aim map wise, Navi would take them to town every day of the week, because I think individually Navi have better players than that of Vitality, but Vitality are just a better team.
Thorin, real quick, would you agree with that?
Yeah, but the idea you're going to get 20% out of 4 other players. Like, listen, I don't know if you're selling some sort of a wonder diet course, you know, and what's more is the steak knives as well.
My side gig.
That's pretty ridiculous. I think, listen, I agree with you before. You just need the one player to step up, give you something extra. You've already got enough fragging from Ziwu. Everyone else do their job. In theory, you are a better team than Navi, but I think with the Navi individuals, with Blade back there tinkering away, sooner or later, I think he's going to hit a formula. Whether it'll be better or not, we'll see, but I think the better player can win in this particular game.
So let's take a look at our odds now from our sponsor, Betway, and where do they break? All right, so Vitality slightly ahead in this case.
Yeah, and look, based off everything we know, that makes sense. But if you're going to talk about the things that we can't actually go in here too aware of, it's what can Navi bring? How much counter-stratting have they done? How are the players feeling? You know, there's all those questions into this with Counter-Strike. It's the little details.
Navi versus Team Vitality. It's also, I think they definitely want a revenge against us because we beat them at Malmo, we beat them at Epicenter, and I think coming into the group stage here, they really want badly to win in their side, and for us, we still want to continue our streak against them.
You know, revenge is cool, but then you want to beat any team. And revenge for some games was before, maybe you're a little bit nervous. So it's be a normal match for me, like you show the best your game and that's all.
Our expectations is to do better than last year, and our main objective is to win at least one major this year. Hopefully we'll surprise a few people and win lots of events, we'll see.
My score prediction for the game, what I want to aim for is a 2-0 for us.
That's gonna be 2-1 for us or Team Vitality.
Ooh, it's very hard question for me. I will bet to 2-0 for Navi.
To remember, Apex is provably a fan of Simple. He asked him for his config in the past. No one remembers that?
Nope.
Maybe keep up the track with the memes there. It's a real thing. He actually said it one time after like a FPL game or something.
Yeah, what's your config? Okay, the most asked
We've been staying
ever.
off Twitter, me and Semmler, a little bit lately, so it's not always a fun place to be. But look, I think here you have to have a lot of respect for each other, right? Navi are a team right now, and I agree with the sentiment that Duncan was putting out there. Eventually, they will get the right mix. Eventually, Blade will get these guys in the right position. I think that the core of this team will go on to be the best team in the world or one of the best teams in the world, right? Depending on how Astralis pans on out without 2020. But coming into this one right now, I just think Vitality, we don't know what they've been practicing on. We don't know what they've been focusing on. We don't know what new stuff they have in their arsenal. With this roster for Navi, they've played 11 maps. The bands are going to come in here, be Train and Vertigo are the bands, guys. Should be no surprises here. Navi, with the 11 maps they've already played, with Perfecto joining, they didn't play Vertigo. So that's going to tell me right there, it's going to continue to be their permaban. But they played every other map, right? They played Dust 2 3 times, Train 3 times, Nuke twice, and then Mirage, Inferno, and Overpass all once. So I think they'll probably go for a Dust 2 pick if you're Navi, but Vitality, I don't know, it's really open.
I mean, Nuke would be the one if you want to punish Navi. Like, they never particularly like the map that much. It's one that actually, bizarrely, Vitality does seem to win a lot on when they play. I think Dust 2 is the obvious pick, like you said. So they go with Inferno.
I like it.
The problem with that is that that's always a map that Navi likes to play, quite frankly.
The thing is, when I watched them playing that Ice Challenge, now there was only one map as a sample size, their CT side looked really janky. Like, I would probably put it on par with the way the MIBR's CT side looked. It just didn't make sense.
So there we go. Pretty obvious. Now, this is also how you know that this is not the Zeus Navi, because Zeus Navi was terrible on Dust 2, and there's a reason why people used to just auto-pick it against them. So the fact that they pick it, they win it quite a lot. Obviously, they have mad skill. I will say, this is one of the maps where you really see, like, Boomich is not one of those world-class in-game leaders. He has a hard time switching it up if things don't go his way on the T side. So I'm certainly interested to watch this, because obviously you've given a chance to the Vitality against. They used to love this map a while ago. Admittedly, don't really seem to play it with the Shox edition. Weird in itself. He was always a player in that sense. So the question here is, does Navi want to play Overpass as the decider? I would say with what's left, yes, rather than Nuke, surely.
Yeah, and just to add to that, Perfecto, he never really was in a team that favored Nuke in the past. I think on record with HLTV.org, he only has 12 Nuke games, but his most recent one, and it will be Nuke here as the third.
They're putting him in the tough spot.
They played against Godsend, and he had some ridiculous rating on Nuke, so maybe already feeling relatively comfortable, I guess, if you start on the CT side, throw him in one of those anchor positions. It's fantastic for locking down those areas. But that's if we go to 3, right? So the map pool is open for individuals to take over on both Inferno and Dust 2, which is a case here that we could have an absolute banger or a 2-0 either way if you know, we get the ZywOos of the world showing up, or Electronic and Simple are able to get it done over there. I really wasn't impressed with the way that Navi approached their Inferno from what I've seen. Now, obviously, we know it's only a short period of time, right? But what I saw just the other day, it didn't look great. Their CT sides, I feel like they had Flamey and Boomich playing over towards B. Simple was just constantly in limbo. Perfecto didn't know where he was half the time. They were constantly chopping and changing mid-game. But if you go and read Blade's interview, that's stuff that they've been doing in their official matches so far because they haven't had a lot of time to practice. So maybe expect even more of that today. More signs here that if you're Vitality, you look into their Inferno demo, things could be completely different.
I think actually that Vitality's done a very good job in the veto, especially if you somehow convince Navi at the end to give you Nuke as the decider.
Yeah.
Matt, you've got a much better record on. You seem like you have the roles set more. That's even one of the maps where you can see they really do set up ZywOo on the CT side. Every position he goes to, he's got the smokes, he's got the flashes. He's basically set up to be the star player, which obviously not that often that the Oppers can do that. Meanwhile, when you watch Navi on that map, I think they can be pretty unconvincing. They're super brittle on the T side. They either just run you over or they've got nothing. They're not really maneuvering around the map. So the one that we pointed out before here is, I actually think that the Shox score there is the lowest of any player I've seen so far in Blast. I think even the MIBR players were higher than that. They were like maybe 75 or something. So Shox is one of the, like, if this was a Hall of Fame scenario, he'd be going in first ballot. This guy's a legend of the game, but he's still active. He still thinks he can be a good player. He's got to have a better performance than that.
Yeah, that would lead me to believe that he had a pretty bad epicenter, all things considered, because if if these stats are taken right from the last 3 months,
he was pretty bad there.
So yeah, that means he must have had a pretty abysmal epicenter coming into, well, ending off the year, but they still won the trophy. So they finished on a high in some regard there. But ZywOo, the man there on the far right, I've watched a lot of games. Well, there's at least 2 highlights to stick on out for the Vitality roster where ZywOo's had to run up banana at like a 15-14 scoreline or something ridiculous like that with an AWP and then get multiple entry frags and then continue pushing and just win the game himself, basically, right? So that's not a factor that they can be relying on here, but I think they probably saw some of the similar things that were issues for Navi on their Inferno and want to try and exploit those coming in here today. And if they can start with the first map win and RPK's looking good, RPK, for some reason, just seems to be really good for Vitality on Dust 2. I don't understand why, but it's just a map where he seems to, you know, stand up above his normal level of performance. So if we make it, when we make it to Dust 2, I'll be interested to see what type of form he's bringing.
What do we think about Navi on Inferno here? Any of these players that we can keep an eye on?
I mean, the guy with the big score is the guy to watch Electronic, because basically every time I saw them like at Epicenter, they basically just use him almost as a hard entry at times, and he's just so good with his aim. He can absolutely win that mid-range battle at the boxes. The point is, though, you put him in a tough spot asking him to run at a brick wall like that. He's one of your best players. Normally you want to have that guy going in second, or you set him up a little bit more. So I feel as though they do sit on his back quite a lot in this one. That's why I want to see Will Simple with the AWP be doing some entries.
Yeah, the problem I had with their CT side was the player that had floating around, right? Some rounds it was Perfecto, some rounds it was Flamey. I don't want either of those players moving around a lot, right? I want it to have to be Boomich or Simple, the ones, you know, making the calls, making the reads, and using their intuition. Flamey, he's having to transition now to a secondary AWPing role, right? We've learnt that from Blade. But with that in mind, he's always been a player we've looked at as a rock, as an anchor. So he's going to have a transitional period. And then if he's picking up the AWP on the CT side of Inferno, he's AWPing over towards B, Simple's AWPing over towards A, that's going to be a lot of overlap on your star there. I want to keep Simple as free as possible. So I don't even think Flamey should be touching the big green. Keep it out of his hands. Let him just, you know, sit in the middle of A site and mow some players down.
I also think that angle of like, yeah, but the thing is, Perfecto used to do that role in his old teams, garbage teams at a rubbish level. Like, as far as I'm concerned, he's never done that role. He's about to learn what his role is. Now, if he turns out not to be able to do the role they've given him, then maybe you swap it up. But at the moment, Flamey can at least do that role at a tier 1 level.
Sure.
There has to be a distinction in these areas, you know. It's a bit like when we look at the maps they're good on. Against 2 online tier 4 games against teams that don't play real Counter-Strike, there's a big difference between the real teams online at tier 1 and whatever else you've experienced elsewhere in your career.
And this would depend on where they want the project to go. Do they want to win right now? Because if you want to win right now, make Perfecto as comfortable as possible and make the other players, the other supportive elements play around him so you can get the most out of him. Maybe you get a little bit less from Flamey, a little bit less from Boomich, but if you're still getting the max out of Electronic and Simple, that should be enough. Or do they want this to be a long project? And that could go
Sounds
into
like that's what they're going more towards, right, in the interviews.
That's more of going to be, you know, a slower learning process. But Blade was saying that they're just going to practice every single day, even with the threat of burnout. So So look, from somebody who's going to have done his homework, Blade's going to look at all the tendencies here. But once again, 48 days since the last official of Vitality. What they could have changed in that time, we don't know. None of us have had the opportunity to practice against them. None of us have had the opportunity to kind of see what's going on behind closed doors. They could come out here with a whole different game plan. They could come out here with CT-sided positions swapped around. That means any homework that Blade's done, it's out the window.
Is it a factor that Navi are going to be perhaps a little bit warmed up because they had the Ice Challenge? They actually had that event leading up to yesterday. No rust, exactly. So, I mean, is that perhaps something that can play in their favor? There's only one best of 3 today.
I personally think boot camps are mad overrated in terms of the idea that your individual performing, but no, it's the tactics and the things you can work on outside of the game is what you get from the boot camp. You're actually always risking it if you take as many days as that, like 48 days. That's a lot of time to have not played an official game. I'd rather be the team, even if you're lost, that's got match thickness. You played in a game, you've already maybe had a bad map, you've started to adjust to some of the maps you're not as comfortable on. Like, you're coming in actually, in theory, prepped. So I agree on the tactical end, who knows? I mean, they don't seem like they even know what they're doing yet, but individually, that's why I would give the edge to the Navi guys at the moment.
Well, I'm pretty sure now, gentlemen, that we are ready to go into the game. Are we sticking by our predictions real quick?
Yeah, Vitality.
Yeah? Vitality all the way.
Navi 2-0.
You and I are tied. I've got Navi.
This is where
it's going down. But it is going to be time now for me to hand it over to our commentators. And to kick off the day, it will be Scrawny and Launders. So, gentlemen, take it away.
Yes, thank you, Semmler. That's right. One step closer, ladies and gentlemen, to getting into what is the very first map, the very first matchup of Week 2 here in London. I see a few familiar faces. I see some new ones, too. So thanks for joining us, guys. It's going to be a great match. 2 giants of Counter-Strike, a fresh 5 on the side of Navi.
Yeah.
Perfecto that came out just earlier today on HLTV saying he thinks his adaptation's going well, but it's the confidence that he needs to work on. So let's see, ladies and gentlemen, as the first pistol's ready to get rolling, whether Navi have the confidence here on Inferno.
Oh, we've had some pretty good games here at Blast, but now we've got ZWoo versus Simple.
Oh, what a treat to kick off 2020. Here we have it, ZWoo and co. Many bodies already up inside of the apartments.
As Chad brought up, they did well in the veto. Or sorry, I think Thorin actually pointed that out, that this is not a bad veto for Vitality considering the maps we've seen so far. Looks like they'll move right on this execute. Inferno,
a T-smoke,
a middling map for them.
That allows for that Molotov to be thrown without him being peeked. But no real play off of this. Perfecto's going to try and slip back closer towards the bomb site. He sees many bodies pressuring that Arch side, and they use Arch to now compromise CT spawn. But do they go to B? Certainly a possibility. The pinch not close to Banana, so that gives Flamey a little bit of time to watch back, but he drops instantly. And the last question will be, is there another member of Navi? There most certainly is. Boomich, snappy headshot, but over here on the A site, Alex, he's down to the 1 versus 1. Bombs being planted at B. Oh! Simple stabs him, and Boomich with another headshot. It's swung back so quickly, but Shox is still alive. Perfecto's gonna try to sprint this. He holds. Dodging bullets, Shox posted for the headshot, lowest rated player of these 10, and down he goes in the clutch.
Wow, that was some bad communication there. When Navi opened up Archway, which is something that, as we talked to with Twist, is a thing that less and less teams are doing, is trying to take Arch on the pistol, and that works so well for Vitality. They take Arch, they get into CT spawn. The rotations don't come out on the A site right away. And then all these ridiculous kills happen. Simple waiting there for someone coming around the corner with a knife. But Flamey gets caught off guard so fast in CT spawn because nobody tells him that once Arch is compromised, they could have ran through CT. That's a gap in the defense for Navi, a little bit of a worry for them. But they still win the round, which is what's much more important.
Yeah, I think that we have to props Boomich in that situation, just playing close smoke next to the Banana, right? Getting his eyes back down towards CT spawn once the first 2 players of the offense had gotten through construction. And he catches the 3rd player who's running past positions that had gone unchecked. Frag grenades, thrown down alt. SMGs in play, of course, all across the board.
They're out to bracket, wrapping lane now. Perfecto on the site, crossfire in the pit. 2 backs turn to him. 3 down with the bombers, looking for 4, and he can't get more. Shox will eventually trade. 2v3 now for Vitality.
Yeah, these last 2 players both stuck up on the bomb site. Good smoke spam from Apex. That's the kind of play that's going to get Perfecto's confidence boiling early on. But a pop flash for a short peek, not going to blind either of the two players. Swapping to the empty Famas is a bit of a sketchy situation for Shox, but he's all right. Bomb's now halfway gone. Apex is going to run out into the open. He's all alone in this position. He's got pressure from both sides, anticipates the jump up, but Flamey takes him down, and it's a second round for Navi.
Wow, definite chance there. Can't even believe they pick up the defuse and all that madness, but yeah, what a round from Perfecto. It was easy with his teammate causing a distraction from the pit, but it seemed like nobody had the protocol to clear the site, and if your teammate's got his back turned trying to open up the crossfire, that trade's got to come out, or somebody's got to give him more attention. It just comes in, but just a bit too late. He's even delayed a lot by the time he gets the third kill, stands behind the pillar, and feels like he can freely take a fight because he feels like he's got the round locked up. We now move into round 3, and the story, obviously, for Vitality is that in these series, most of the time, they're doing well versus Navi. In the series they win, it's 2-1, but the 2 maps they win look very good. They once again get a very strong veto. This is a map Navi probably need to pick up. It's a map that's Vitality's win rate's not amazing on. A map they're still happy to play, though.
It's a great place for them to open up this series, all in all, I'd say. Good chance to bounce back. Oh, Le Papillon with a hell of a headshot. Oh, a second! And there's about to be a third peek here from Simple, but there it is. A response that now has him standing in the open, deals with the pressure well, pushes it just to Alex, but that's a crucial trade off of the Deagle. It gives him enough time. He could have picked up the M4, but instead, he's just going to go immediately into the post plant so that he has the timing, so that he can work back around Boomich, who has no idea he is so exposed to this. All the while, we have a player walking up, and now he takes that kill. The question is, can he land another? Flamey, there he is, straight in front of the crosshair on the edge of the smoke, and he's gonna work closer. No kid, the spam is his! Alex, big brain, big play.
Gotta love how he cuts. Noise right there with the Deagle, moves off, grabs the M4, plays it patiently. Has the chance to get spammed down in the smoke, but man, that patience is so good. What a round from Shox too. These two Deagles, first of all, compromising the pit and then taking out the first 2 lines of defense who have to fight him in their own territory. The 1v2, nicely played from Alex. Jumping up into halls as well, a big risk, obviously, but if he gets into the halls, it makes the round a whole lot longer for Vitality, or for Navi, who have to find him.
Timing's the name of the game. He just worked the clock. Navi left fighting in tatters here. 4 pistols, SMG. Small collections of utility mixed in. And Vitality have a clear plan here, pressuring the top of Banana immensely. Boomich barely alive, but still able to connect at least 1 shot, and he has teammates here to help him. How much will Vitality force this issue?
Yeah, he's a sack of meat right now. He just wants to last as long as he can. His teammates cannot safely help him with just the pistols to their names. Now, it looks like Vitality have actually, they've turned their attention back towards mid, but Electronic is looking for the reach around into the bottom in their spawn. Could potentially make a huge round of this.
This is big for Electronic. He's going to cut off players. He hears movement, but it's Zaiwu honed in and ready for it.
Can't get one past Buzz Lightyear.
Automatic lock on. Simple falls prey to the headshot. He's going to have his teammate move forward. Flamey on that SMG. Fully blind. Lucky to be alive, and, well, it's not for much longer. He was kind of left to his own devices there as Simple peeled back towards spawn. He was worried of that flank. Perfecto, in the meantime, has found nothing. No damage taken, no fire exchanged.
It's good enough flashbang for them to cross CT spawn, and they trust it. They keep eyes on the site. Full flashed is Flamey. Boomich has had a really big come up recently. So has Alex. Actually, I think of anybody, he's got most improved in the last few months. Him and RPK, now with Zaiwu, are a legitimate core. And as for Navi, just like with every other story of a new player that's come onto a very strong lineup, Brokey, for example, could be like the Perfecto for Navi. Perfecto has had a slight drop-off from the competition that he used to play against. That's natural. It's not gone off too much that you're worried about him. He's definitely, obviously, still been a very good pickup recently, but he's not shining like he used to, which is normal. He's fitting into a new system versus much better competition. It's going to hurt the stats. We're now going to take this 2-2, move into another round where it's just pistols for Navi. They won't be able to afford much. They can still win, of course. Vitality have to play it carefully. There's always just the threat of the crossfire on Banana and the crossfire at top mid. No amount of nades will ever make that less scary.
Making quick work of Boombl4. First man to fall. So little to work with. Is it wild to you as well, Mohan? I was kind of shocked that, you know, yesterday, the first official MVP for Electronic.
Yeah.
You know, considering how long he's been on Navi, considering how impressive he's been and how high up he is in the yearly rankings, I guess with teammates like his, it's hard to shine sometimes, but props to him for adding the first medal.
Well, that's literally it. I mean, if you know Simple's on the team, he's going to get more MVPs, right? That's just the name of the game. And it has been razor thin in terms of the difference between them at tournaments where Simple's won the MVP. It's more sad for Mouse Sports, who I think, as Peter mentioned on Twitter, it's the fourth time that they played a final where one of their players hasn't gotten the MVP. And I think it's been Navi to steal it more than once. I remember Simple stealing it the first time, I believe, when it became more of a standard to be able to do that.
Twist took one too.
Yeah.
Sad days.
Yeah, he looked very sad, but he took it.
Yeah, the most depressed MVP of any tournament winner. But as expected, this round, nothing to remember. We had that early kill on Boombl4 at the top of Banana, and ever since then, it was this inevitable play towards the B site. Bomb's gone down, no casualties for Vitality. So this is really good for them. On the start of a T side, where they lost the pistol, they now surpass Navi. That 3-2 lead. But it's a good chance to take a quick gander at the Betway odds. Vitality at the 1.5.
Yeah, still favored. Again, if you look at past results, it's hard to say like Vitality aren't favored. The only thing is that there's such a big question mark. But out of the boot camp so far, from the teams that we've seen very positive things. Sure. I'd say overall. Only problem is, of course, everybody says they have a good boot camp, but some people still lose in the matches. And we don't know. And the other thing is that, like talking to Glaive yesterday about the rust of just taking a break, no matter how good you were coming out of the break.
The ring rust.
Yeah, having to wait, and then you come into a studio setting. You've got fans in the crowd. You're a little bit nervous. Once again, you're not used to it. And they've got to get that unrust in that perspective as well. And Navi have just come from a LAN, so they've got that adrenaline dump out of the way. They might start off a little bit hotter here, but Vitality up 3-2. CT side is out, and of course, it's Inferno. Lots of fire here out at mid on Banana, but the T's are postured at B. However, Simple auto shotgun in the halls, and it looks like he's not allowing any more tenants. He's going to drop him incendiary, fall back in a pit. This is a perfectly fine position for him. I don't know if anybody's coming to get him a better gun, but he can't recover the one that he dropped.
Nope, just going to have to be happy with the kill. Flashbang, a little off the mark here. Flamey, he's going to be isolated on the back of this bomb site, and there's plenty of players looking at him, so to no surprise, he goes down. And Alex doubling up as he punishes Boombl4's push through the smoke. Another headshot. We talked about the individuals at times stepping up alongside ZywOo. That kind of left-right combo that somebody in their roster tends to mix with him, no matter the event. Well, Alex, he was watching our analyst launders. He had some words to say. He was a little upset he wasn't the favorite in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about... I think he is. I think officially you'd have to give it to him based on what we've seen. But that doesn't mean necessarily that they'll win. It's obviously a very, very close match in some regards, and the map pool makes things interesting. But Alex, in particular, when he first came on the roster and they started making waves, I think individually was up and down, extremely up and down. Recently, he's been very good. So that's a great sign. Electronic will hold on to his gun. They could have saved 3 guns this round if they didn't hang out in CT spawn and try to fight for that extra second. Alex spams one with the SG through the smoke here. That's the second kill, both entries on B itself. And then this third player who should have been saving, that's for Perfecto. At this point, the round was done. The round was done. You had the turntail. Both your teammates were still on the A site. You're over in CT spawn. There's no way you're going to get anything going through a smoke. Maybe you want to take a look to see if it was still smoked.
But
obviously, maybe hoping just to put some shots through it. Maybe hoping that there wouldn't have been a snappy headshot, but we kick this round off just like the last time Navi were playing off pistols, an immediate 5 versus 4 advantage. So, I mean, we talk about Inferno being one of these maps where you can just set up these close-range crossfires, but when you're throwing away the first kill in the opening 10 seconds in back-to-back pistol rounds, you're just asking Vitality to take this 3-round lead.
Got a gun here for Electronic. Oh, he's gonna push through with it. What a spray! Holy smokes! Lightning fast, wasting no bullets whatsoever. M4 is in an unrecoverable spot, but that's still almost 10K dropped off. And Boomich is going to go incognito here. So he opens up a new Chrome tab and browses some websites that we can't talk about. Oh my goodness! In the back of the head, you know that's the hard one. Another body shot, but he can't make it 3. However, he does leave his teammate now in a 1v1.
Here we go. They got a little desperate. They make some action. And Perfecto now, this would be a huge clutch for them to pick up a robbery of a round, but he's given a route for Apex to completely dodge him. He's gone.
Is he going to take it to A? Interesting. Hey, I guess he's got one in the pocket here. No matter where he goes, he's got time.
Sure.
There's going to be the second guess here from Perfecto as to how it's being played.
Thing is, Perfecto will have more time to play this clutch because of the fact that he doesn't have to sprint over towards the B site. Doesn't have a kit. That's 5 seconds less than what he'd have. But, I mean, look at Apex. He's kind of played himself. He anticipates that Perfecto would have worked over towards that B bomb site, but it is planted for him. There's only a single flashbang for Perfecto on a 10-second stick. He's going to need a crisp headshot, and Apex could just play with the timing here.
That's
Force
beautiful.
him off of it, and it's over.
I love this play. That's so good. Since he saw Perfecto at mid.
So frustrating.
Well, since he sees Perfecto at mid, he knows that Perfecto could actually meet him at B, right? If Perfecto wanted to go for a hard read, he could have made it there at almost the exact same time as him. Even though Perfecto hangs out at mid, though, Apex has a clear plan.
Yep.
So that's guaranteed. Smart moves by him. And man, what an amazing round though from Navi players on the pistol, just for both of their efforts. A good attempt. It's a tough 1v1 to be able to pull out.
It's one of those clutch situations that's like just made so impossible based on time. And a clean mind from Apex. That post plant, he knew exactly what he was doing. Had the cutoff in CT spawn. If, in fact, Perfecto had been outplayed and had to scurry over as quick as possible, well, you find him deep CT with a knife out. And you saw what happened. Tapped the bomb. Could do nothing more. But a more successful pistol round from Navi than the last one we had seen. I tried to criticize those 4v5s early, and they almost turned it back. Now, Mohan, they're back in with the guns, and Simple has an op.
The chickens torment us every round on Inferno.
Oh, success already.
Wow, yeah, that's out at mid. I think it was somebody who jumped in the pit. He went for the quick peek. There's a teammate down who could have helped with banana control. They'll go for apartments. They've got position in it. Boomix comes out with this first trade. That's huge. Apex running out in front of the smoke. They're down to 5v3. Chances are already slim. So much HP left here for Navi. Only Boomich is hurt.
All going to group up here close to the apartments. Navi do not have to pressure outside of the bomb site. They can just kernel up, which they will. Simple is going to take the place of Perfecto, use that AWP here on Arch side, which is where the T-smoke lies. Still, plenty of utility to get this one done. Curious to see what they hold on to in the post plant if they get that far. Here we have it. Electronic off of the flash, goes down empty-handed, and Perfecto's gonna have to be relegated to the top of the box. Simple smoked off, and Perfecto distracting with utility here. Simple, very dangerous, but Shox, he finds that timing, wraps around Arch side, and he has Perfecto isolated. Down in the back of the site he goes, 20 seconds. And that bomb is not yet planted.
Oh,
a Molotov that blocks off default, but he's got the safety of the pillar. Smokes now fade. Flamey back at bat. He's gonna get that first one. Shox, low HP. Single smoke. At an AK in hand, they've got to find the timing here. He's going to lay down that smoke. It gives him a bit more room to work, but Boomich also low health. Has it.
Wow.
Little difference in the verticality.
Let him know. He calls that out. He could have, come over top of Graveyard as you naturally do. Shox is prepared for that option. He just swings out from the doorway.
The level change got Shox.
Yeah.
That's a one-bullet duel.
Right, yeah. Comes close once again. Oh my god. What a round. And here's that opening kill. Alex wanted the duel. Instant pre-fire.
This is...
Jesus, these entries. And then Shox also, he does so much damage early. He gets a very pivotal kill. He's been in all of these very important positions. That's a total read there by Boomich. Huge play by him. Oh, he tried. I guess he threw something over, tried to bait out that kind of response. Big
wild
brain
round.
Boomich.
Ooh, that AWP set up early yet again. So round one by Navi, but economic woes just goes to show money is power. We've got 2 SMGs for Flamey and Perfecto and an opening kill for Vitality. Lost them some health, but Electronic. I feel like the utility's been so on point from Vitality, but there's the answer, just one. Just one, and now they know Perfecto's position. He is pinned in pit, burning to a crisp as Shox comes out from apps and brings this back for Vitality.
That's a save. They're too far away. They can't do anything about this. RPK's low, but that's the only thing they've got. What's most important is the kills. This match so far, in terms of the rounds that we've already seen so many clutch situations. We've got a number of bomb plants, which is obviously a great sign for Vitality, just because they're going to be making so much money, but the amount of deaths is insane.
Back-to-back 1v1s.
Yeah. This is one of those games, even though we've reverted the economy changes, that because of the amount of clutch rounds, there's so many swing situations that are based on 1v1s. It's going to be hard to boil down to who had a better grip on the side, as opposed to who won the more important rounds. But that's obviously the game we play when we have Navi and Vitality.
It's a tough pill to swallow. Navi lose 5 rounds in a row. Hey, bada boom, bada bing. Perfecto had given his position away, supporting Electronic on that arch flash. So Shox being ready for him really sealed the deal.
It's a game of camaraderie and frustration. Attack called by Navi. Down 3 rounds, but certainly not out. Looking for a plan on the pistol. Have enough to invest a bit in Electronic. They'll keep the one gun recovered, take that over. Full utility belt for Flamey. So there's something. They have a kit as well. They'll vest up a little bit, actually. They're going to have a buy here. Electronic's going to get involved. They're purchasing armor on a few players. That's not bad at all. Simple's got an op. Simple has an op right now.
We've seen him go for these early picks down mid, down banana, shifting his feet to either side of the map, but unsuccessful here in the 10th at taking down anyone early. Shox is no fool. He knows the threat looms near. Do they anticipate Perfecto being boosted up, though? Again, little element of level change.
Yeah. Simple roaming with the op. Molotov to separate him from his friends. Shox has been so good in the halls, working by himself, looking for the opening duel. Simple flashback in a spawn. They jump out, kill his teammates. Perfecto and Simple chime in, but then Apex trades.
Yep. Simple, he knows that as time goes on, he's going to be wrapped on. Pops back up and is shut down. Alex can't cut off the rotator, so that's a crucial kill because it puts Navi into a situation where they can still come in with the retake. And we've seen it boil down to the 1v1s. We've seen these plants not ensure rounds. Couple of flashes, one left for Boomich, but he's looking to play off of the Deagle and he's blinded by his teammate. He can't get anything off of it. finds himself in possession of an AK-47, and he tucks tail.
Wow.
A 7th round for Vitality.
Yeah, a lot of these rounds we look at, they're like feasible for just a moment. Critical kill there to make it a 2v1. Boombl4 will just have to, he's got too much to save. This is really important that they get away from this. What a series of entries. First of all, great flashbang to get out of halls. Once they're on the site, they do exactly what they need to do. They flash Simple off so he won't be able to fight. Killing him is second priority. Killing his teammates is number 1 because he's the one who was supposed to be watching halls in the first place. When you have a teammate like Simple, he's going to roam around a lot. He might not tell you every time he moves. Here, he probably can't corroborate this information as quickly as he'd like to. His teammates have no choice but to focus on mid because they're watching Boiler and mid together in very volatile spots. But because he can't help them in that single moment, they come out and win the round off the entries. Dan, crazy eyes, Madagascar. Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Yeah.
Eclair.
Whoa, another one. The second successful trio of grenades sent down Banana.
We gotta take that like a screenshot, and that's like moments before tragedy happens, right?
It was at this moment that he knew.
Say it.
He was done for. Still that op for Zywoo. Heavy numbers here for Vitality, about to pummel Boombl4. I think they've got the weight advantage as the flashes have him scared, but he's ready to come back in for more. 3, 4, and almost 5. Only RPK survives that situation, and a grenade will take him down.
With the assist to his name as well, we look at Ice and we saw one of the greatest clutch rounds that we've seen in the last few months with obviously Chris J pulling off that 1v5, and that spray down was almost here to compete. What an amazing attempt there on the ace, working the B site all alone as his teammate got triple naded before spotting a single person. Double damage on these AK bullets as they penetrate their opponents and their teammates.
All right, Boombl4. A brick wall at that B-bomb site. He's going to take Flamey's place at the front of this. It's his turn to dodge grenades, and he's going to get dinked. Doesn't want to gamble his life away. Not at what is another crucial turning point for Navi. They have lost this half so far. But it's only going to take one more clean round win to shift that momentum back.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. Boombl4, dink down a little bit. He's trying to overstack A, but now he's coming back to help his teammate. Flamey's going to give him a tip. They're going to move in off the smoke. If they see him playing in the spawn, there hasn't been a player in the site quite often. Another spray down attempt, but it's decent trades.
A better situation than last. Vitality going to get this bomb plant down. They have halfway decent utility for the post plant. Molly first, that buys time. It's a matter of waiting out this smoke grenade, putting down their own. There's nobody actually cut off in this position from Banana. Very much just Vitality at the depth of this bomb site. Sitting back like a trap, ready to spring. Here comes Shox. He's gonna have to get all 3, and Electronic has other ideas. 5 rounds for Navi as a decent spray down off the smoke from Flamey sets them up for what was a pretty clean retake in the end.
I really like how Vitality are approaching the sites. There are some great flashes and individual plays from Navi here that are keeping them in this, especially the way that Boombl4 is playing around his CT smoke. They almost always know he's there. Sorry, I think it was Flamey, and then Boombl4 had actually rotated back through construction. He, in the beginning of the round, tried to leave and go back to A. So rotations have been pretty solid there for Navi. They get into a spot where Vitality expecting them to come through the smoke, but they still have another out in Boombl4, who's rotated over to Coffins. So a little bit difficult here for Vitality as they're getting to top banana very easily. They get the execute going if they want to. They even know where one of the fights will come from for sure. They're still losing the round. But in that situation, the overstacks are pretty good from Navi as well. They have a lot of chances to lose players and still win with the rotations that have been coming out for them.
Quick tech done. Good job, team. We're right back into this with a full-fledged buy on both sides. Oh, Boombl4. Damn, man. That's dangerous. And Perfecto, he's going to get scared away from the idea of running through that smoke. Maybe because of the sheer number of bodies Boombl4 spotted. But that's twice that we really see him try to force the issue off of Carr, looking to spray down and get these early B picks. He loses his life, so the by far heaviest hitter of Navi thus far is down in round 13.
Gets to kill some information. So the 1-for-1 makes it a bit sketchy. ALEX opping on this round here on the T side. They could try to crack open mid. Nobody's peering around bracket. Simple, once again, is roaming, as he should be. Never afraid to get information, something very critical to do on the CT side. With old Navi, under the guidance of Zeus, there was a lot of gamble stacks on the CT side, not so much seeking out information. That seems to have changed a little bit. Line of sight here through the curvature of the smoke, just off of the corner, looking for any feet that he can find. Thirsty man that he is.
Over it goes, but Simple. Too easy. A little bit of a lineup, and it couples nicely with Electronics frag here in Apps. Suddenly, ALEX is left all alone. Navi swinging back this half now.
We spotted it. 10 seconds, can hold on to this very expensive piece of weaponry. And there's not enough for a Navi. You think for sure Simple is going to want to try to get this if he can, peering into the angle, but ALEX will win the duel. But it's the... Oh, it looks like it's the battle and the war. No one will be able to find him. Navi pick up another one. And although Boombl4 dies 1-for-1 and early, he potentially stops a rush. He doesn't know, we don't know if that's what the plan would be if they got his kill, so him getting the 1 might be very important. But a great lane setup here from Navi. Again, a team that I feel like have always struggled to look for information when they needed to on the CT side. Here are being much more proactive. I think I missed a funny moment.
Just, you know, Apex in his faces. I love that Simple read that deep arch smoke last round. I feel like that's the reason he pushes forward and lines up 2 players. Vitality indicating they wanted players blocked off. But now Boombl4 is going to have a much easier job. No grenades to dodge, no bullets flying back. He's already managed to drop RPK. ALEX, though, still potentially in his way. Just on the other side of this smoke, but they're making noise.
Look at this. He is not afraid.
Damn, man.
Oh my God, they're jumping
exactly
all over top of him.
He's gonna walk right through this, and it's gonna be an easy 2-piece, because he knows the scope is there. How about another? Boombl4 making mincemeat of this anti-eco. 21 kills as Simple sits second best at 10.
No, he's got an ace, man. That's an easy kill right there. Almost to round out the half, man. He has had his fair share and more. What an astronomical performance so far here on the CT side. And I think the most impressive part is how often he's working alone. On the other side of the smoke, in enemy lines, kills a player, shoots someone in the back on Banana with over a minute to go, and then ends up acing the entire team. Half funds are called. Game is live. Prediction is out. Vitality to win the round from Corn Dog. Blast Champion hoodie available at shop.blast.tv.
Very comfortable. Great models.
Yeah.
There it is, folks. One more. One more of Navi's CT side. Full-fledged buys as well. So at least we didn't have to wait this long just to have, you know, 3 Deagles and a P250 limp into this. Maybe layers to the final showing. Navi aren't going to overextend. They're just going to posture themselves, post up, wait on angles, putting all of the pressure into the hands of Vitality to make their move. Right now, it's the B site in question. Bomb's not close, so obviously not the full commitment, but still, we wait.
Noise is cut. And once again, Navi, they look for the information right away. This is a good call out. They can get an early rotation from Perfecto with this information. Boombl4 can get some assistance, even though he's been so good. They're going to give him another fight, though, running right into his crosshairs, but Flamey's first up to bat.
He's ready, Boombl4. Whoa, even though he's blind. Gets that headshot. Only one traded. by Flamey. Pinned off by the smoke grenade. He's calling for the rotate, which walks into the weight of Apex, but Perfecto picking up that kill. He's not going to be caught by the same position a second time. Man advantage. No utility left for Vitality, but that last Molotov does burn Flamey. And that's a crucial kill, because it allowed ZywOo to go one better. And he now has that picked up smoke. It wasn't on him just moments ago, but now it completely blocks Electronic off, or so it should. He still walks into the scope. Simple with a final clutch attempt at 9 HP. He's done. Vitality finish the T side with an 8-7 lead. Navi and Team Vitality locking horns on the first half of Inferno, where really the standout performance we have to talk about, Boomich.
Yeah.
23-12 as we're about to get into this second pistol. Vitality, they had what could have been an amazing lead.
That's true, but it was as tight as can be, and we've got the double Halls peek here from the CTs into ult. They're not going to see anything that they don't normally see. What does it tell Navi? Well, that there's not going to be maybe an overly aggressive B setup, but there's no one there ready to attack it anyways. Bomb will now move up behind Electronic, tucked into the corner. Him and Boomich will be working in tandem. Actually got Simple as well. It's a couple of good teammates to have. Make the way around the half wall, not spot anybody. No CTs here, no flashes prompted. It's just Shox taking this angle. He has had an interesting time. He's hit some very, very nice shots this last half. Fair share of deaths as well. But KD's looking decent enough. And just like that, Navi will go back to mid, just as Vitality are starting to clear things out. So if timing is correct, yeah, they have an opportunity. Alex, he'll end up dying. Perfecto gets the first kill of the round.
Yep, too many players to handle. They all come at him at the very same moment. RPK meant to be slain, but he connects three! USP taps, and ZywOo only gonna get one more. Still, Perfecto in a 1 versus 3 clutch. 30 seconds left, he's got that bomb. Smoke blocking off both of the remaining Vitality members, and a grenade that won't matter. He's completely blinded, they're gonna run up on him. 5 USPS headshots from Vitality.
Just crazy, man. RPK can't get those next 2 kills. He almost dies to the first trade, and then he hits that third beautiful shot, just flick upwards onto the balcony after working so hard for Flamey. Instant kill, and then pop. That's so nice, man.
13 HP after taking down what was the hardest fight, the first frag.
Nice. He defends pit. Obviously,
Nice.
the most important duel. Yeah, he defends pit, which is the most important thing, because nobody can trade him. He's got to he retains what's basically the hardest part to attack, and if no one's in the pit, then he's the hardest to fight against. Saw how he made those all 1v1s.
But a bomb plant that sets Navi up nicely. 3 AKs, armor, and even a belt of grenades for Simple.
Yeah, if they play this correctly, they're on even terms with the CTs. Even though the CTs have the opportunity to make a little bit more money, they've got slightly worse guns on a couple of players. So we'll see how they attack. They don't have all the info. No one's in CT spawn in the B site. They're both defending, one from oranges, one from coffins. Alex doesn't have the best gun. He's got a UMP. Smoke out as soon as Apex calls it. Crack spot here as they enter the site.
Oh, they're both so blind, but down goes the first AK, second stands. Perfecto and Boomich combining for the 4v3. ZywOo slips into construction as quickly as he possibly can. Now, if they wait out for that cross smoke, there's still a chance at this retake. But the scary part is that 2 of those weapons have been foregone over. Oh, great grenade. Shaves it down to the even 3v3. There is Simple still to worry about over on Banana. Oh, and a crisp, quick headshot comes out of Boomich, but he too gets traded. Flamey with a frag and a follow-up. Navi wasting no time, using that pistol round bomb plant to come in with guns, and they trade train their way to a B site win.
We talked about the amount of utility they had basically a smoke or two, a few flashbangs. They used them all at once to get through this smoke. No one was sitting there defending it. As we saw, the setup for Apex was just that crock spot for Alex to throw a smoke grenade. Wasn't going to even stop any T's from coming through. And they needed to basically frag out, which is a great situation for Navi as they enter. Even though on Molotovs they pulled that off with just the 3 AKs because they knew how to use them correctly. The great core attack, and obviously a nice 1-dig as well from Boomich. Not even one of the better guns getting the second trade in that round.
Cool. A chance for Apex, but empty-handed. ZywOo down middle, and Alex off banana. A duo of deadly deagles. Now they can play the time game.
Yeah.
Can he get a gun? Can he get another one? Trying to pull a Boomich impression here. Flirting with the smoke.
A dangerous spot. They do have to swing out if they're not committed on banana.
He hears that reload.
Wall. Yeah.
100%.
Flamey's not going into him. That reload allows him to get a little bit farther.
And this is going to be such a good indicator to this A hit.
Yeah.
So Shox, he can cheat his way through CT spawn.
Oh my God, they're coming back his way.
Yep.
It's the Alex show. What can he do with this MP9 or a MAC-10? Excuse me. How many kills can he get?
They're going to start sprinting, and if he doesn't pull that trigger, oh, he's got all 3. He sprays down the back 2 of the caboose and can't finish it. But my goodness, has he primed his team to take this over the line? Timing is a fickle mistress. He gets into the corner just as Flamey walks away.
And he's counting on. I mean, you love it because it's not random, right? It's a little bit of timing, but he hears the reload and he uses that to jock for position into the logs and uses the gun that he stole, upgrades, and gets this massive spray down, almost 290 or so damage. Flamey even struggling there at the very end, but it basically doesn't matter at that point. It's such an easy trade from that point. You can see him very, very happy Apex as Boomich has got hand in hands. All they had to do was clear it.
And Perfecto did, but not entirely. You know, when that first player came around the corner, it looked like Alex was going to get completely swung on.
Oh, he did like the fake clear?
Yeah. Or like somebody else lined up with him. But regardless, I mean, that last round is gone. It's added to the board, but here we go. Pressure.
This is
Go on.
Yeah, this is a great point for them to come back to mid. The instant adjustment from Vitality to pick up Slap because they know that Navi might come through this smoke. That's the threat they always have. They're now going to try to break open brackets. If they smoke Arch, this is a free site. They're walking up lane right now, cutting noise completely. And now they'll have to go into this. What is a crossfire potentially? Shox, does he get cleared is the question.
Yeah, well, there's 2 bodies here, so someone should check it. He's decided not to swing just yet, but there he goes, comes out. And ZywOo, he's going to try to push this for one better. They take down the better weapons, and that's the turning point. Everybody afterwards just sprints forward. Perfecto only connecting 1 deagle kill. So Vitality, they lose round 2, but bounce back with conviction.
That's a really nice rotation, though, because you know if you're going to have the 3 players on the A site and one makes an emergency rotation, that's your Arch guy because he's closest. So maybe they thought that this was a perfect time to push take Arch, and Shox is there defending with a teammate to bait them out. So calling out that might be the read from Navi. Potentially. I don't know what their information was, but if it was a read on the setup, that was really smart from Vitality. 11-8 as they absolutely dismantle that crossfire. Even though we've got the opening trade going the way of Navi. So what can be bought? About 2K apiece on everyone on Navi. This is when Vitality get into that critical round territory, that 12-13 mark. ZywOo opping, as we've wanted to see for such a long time.
This 3-round lead, putting the odds further in the favor of Vitality. Apex gonna be confident here. Is Alex over the shoulder? The 3 frags, all too easy. Mistimed reload will keep him at 1.
They actually invested. I think they had a similar buy on the previous round where they didn't have full guns, and it's like Navi. So they really put their economy on the line, and it actually had a very good start. So nice recovery from Vitality. 4 rounds to the advantage. Kills distribution is all over the place for Navi. It's really just been the Boombl4 show. Everybody else has been lacking heavily, whereas on Vitality it's much more even spread here. Between 12 and 15 kills on every single player. And since they're going to be spread thin on CT side, it's great to see that they have even strength. You could say that actually the distribution is good for both teams in some sense. If Boombl4 takes on the brunt of the round, he can win the round by himself with a couple of good entries.
Oh, but they saw it. They saw RPK flirting with the windowsill. What they might not expect is Apex to have made up this much ground, but oh, he looks away at the worst possible moment. Here comes Alex trying to retrieve some semblance of a round, and he will. 3 versus 3. Had Navi just hit this A site instantly, then Shox goes down, perhaps, but now here he comes, cheating into apps. He made sound in this position. So Flamey's ready for it. And they move forward so fast that Alex hasn't been able to get too close to the site just yet.
Oh, that could have been the nade to end it. I don't know what Simple can see from that spot. If he lets through any type of spam, it'll be the end of Alex and Ziwu off the top of the smoke. Oh, he spots one. Tucked into the site. Perfecto's out lane know that there has to be a player in pit.
Now,
lots of time on the clock.
If he drops that smoke for Alex, Ziwu could double back around Arch, molly pit perhaps, flush one out into the open. That's the utility play I see in this moment, but oh, they've actually put a player on the bomb site already. And yes, it works perfectly, but here comes Simple, and he's gonna knock him down. Navi hanging on to the round, but a valiant effort from Valiant.
Yeah, that was from Vitality.
Vitality. Oh my God, what the hell?
Yeah, it certainly was. It certainly was. Again, another round that comes so close on the A site. Such a nice second kill here from Alex. Just a very careful shoulder peek, instant 1-bullet headshot on Boombl4. Nice boost here on the site. Got to appreciate this retake attempt. I mean, it's pretty simple in a lot of ways. Arch smoke pops in your face. You're going to have to readjust. You go for the boost. The kill comes your way. Perfect Molotov to flush out the past and pit. But then the 1v2 from Simple to close it out. Alex, instant op shot frag into round 22.
I like this. These teams starting to fire up a little. Getting some good plays out of them here, but Navi left to pick up from a man disadvantage.
It's unclear what the most appealing site is here for Navi. They'll have to recollect the bomb. That's Boombl4's job. Vitality are tucked in. You know, Navi roaming around, they're looking for someone to peek them or for someone to just try to flash for information. They're not getting any cues, so that means, you know, both sides might be appealing, but at the same time, Vitality know they're up a man. There's not a huge amount of reason for them to push, and they're protecting 2 ops as well. Either side is fair game. Navi look to work on A.
It's ready for it. Easy. Perfecto jumps into the scope. Ziwu, little jump shoulder peek, plays with Boombl4, but it's gonna cost him. So the players inside of the bomb site are gonna have to pick this up. RPK does exactly that. From inside of the bomb site. When Ziwu goes down, he knows he's gonna get hit from 2 directions. Just flirting with this smoke.
Oh, that's so sick. Yeah, he's picking up more than he needs to do. The smoke down, it makes it a little bit easier for anyone crossing wide, but yeah, they just can't crack it open. It's tough because Vitality don't have to do much. They don't have to do anything special.
Yep.
They don't need any hasty rotations to win that round. They just need to make sure they maintain their crossfire. They do such a good job from within the site. 13-9, and it's last chance saloon here for Navi. They're going to have just pistols, and then they'll move on to defend against match point. Wouldn't think they would win this round. Haven't seen a round they've come up huge on an eco. We saw one close attempt from Vitality.
I feel like that round 3 win from Vitality when Alex is tucked behind logs, like that strung together the anti-ecos so well, took away the chance from Navi. And now these double ops just sing.
Obviously so easy for them to just, they just have that op playing at the top of Banana. And this is what it'll all come down to, round 24. The buy is in. SGs are picked up on 2 players. Perfecto goes for the AK. Maybe a comfort pick for him. Enough money just for that and the full nades that he's looking for. There isn't going to be the option to buy an op. Instead, they'll just go for the full rifle setup. It's okay on the T side, obviously, on Inferno. Boombl4's ADR has been reeled in slightly, not at that 170+ mark anymore.
Yeah, he finished the half with 23 frags.
It's a little rough because he got a lot of action on the CT side as the fights came to him on Banana. Here, when he's had to go and seek them out, his teammates really have to turn up a lot more, right? Electronic, it's like we can talk about all of the other factors involved in their roles, but ultimately when they win games, it's because of certain players' performances. And so at this point, they're just not keeping up frag-wise. Alex, on the other hand, 20 and 15. He's been fantastic. He looks great here. He's been kind of like a two-sided player in the sense that on T side he looked good. Plus, he's holding down Banana as well.
Utility exchange here towards Banana. Nobody's going to lose their lives early. But here comes Alex. Hungry to fire off his op. Him and Zywoo did a really good job versus the Pistols last round, but Flamey dancing with death. Zywoo swings the scythe, and Alex might just get overrun here. Again, flashbangs, volleys of utility both ways. That's a dangerous game for Alex to play if he does come around this smoke, especially having just lost Apex by his side, and Shox meant to be the CT rotate down. They go. B-site fumbled. And it looks like Navi take 10.
Early on in this half, we saw that there was a good attempt on the B site from Navi. They are able to get into the site if they want to. They have good flashes for it. Here is one of those rounds. Alex is one of the most important players. We could see from the deaths, right? This is how you want it to go. 2 players within the site versus your execute after you take top Banana, and you kill that rotator nice and early in CT spawn and force the 2-man safe. Literally how the textbooks are written, right? Flamey ends up dying looking for the exit kills. That would have just fanned the flame more in terms of the momentum for Navi, but they'll take this win. It's big because they're going to have a set of rebuys on 4 players. That's a huge safety net. They're going to need to build up some kind of economy and always have the option for an op if they like it. Navi enter double digits here with Vitality, and we are hopefully on for a game.
Let's go. Round 25 to round 30. This is where the memories are made. Good job by Simple. He's the one that's really been stepping up since Boombl4 had that astronomical half. He's been the second piece for Navi. When you look back down at Flamey and Electronic, still outside of 10 kills.
How can you win?
It's going to take something big.
You literally can't win in that situation. So they've got to start doing just that. Initial grenade from Electronic over the half wall. 2 players from Vitality are not going to let the enemies get any closer to the B site.
Nope.
They're sitting here waiting and are attempting to, or are going to try to be adamant about how far they let their opponents cross. You can see the blue lines of sight into this angle. Apex, first point of contact turns, but Alex has his back.
That's so key. Now they're going to double Molotov, and Electronic also down with just 1 kill. Alex finds safety as a 3rd Molotov and a follow-up frag come flying here from Navi.
Not
and
terrible.
He's not going to hide in sight.
Yeah, he's also scoped in after that Molotov was up. There's a chance here that this angle is deep enough. He nets another kill. That would be the end of the round.
He's
if he can grab it. That will have him push out. Perfecto dies in the backlines. 2 up close, can't trade.
Oh, but he swings for another one, and now Simple can take the high rope. Shox dropped by a quick headshot. And a 2 versus 2 ensues. Bomb down at the 30-second mark. Flamey tucks back behind Banana, and both of Vitality's players coming in off of spawn.
They've done so well recently. ZywOo with the op, approaching it slowly. They only have limited information.
That Molotov could be huge. It's got to hit the mark. It goes past, but Simple still peeks. That Incendiary wouldn't have flushed him out, but Flamey, he's going to move forward, lines up 2 bodies, and he knows exactly where ZywOo's at. He takes them both, and Navi keep it rolling.
Just what he's born to do. ZywOo even brings him to the brink of death there. 10 HP off the dink. But a beautiful 1v2 from Flamey. And as you mentioned, Simple got so worried in the second oranges that the Molotov was meant for him. He thought he could catch someone in scope. And I feel like ZywOo here, he hits a very nice shot. He's not totally prepared for that peak. But obviously he's going to do that. And here gets the dink as well.
And what's wild is obviously ZywOo, he has a health disadvantage. Still gets the headshot, but he is, oh my god, there's no time to talk. It's a shotgun, a Nova down Banana? No, so much damage trying to set up these pistol players. Electronic and Boomish lucky to be alive.
Dude, this is a pistoling round. Electronic and Boomich are both one shot from any of these pistols.
Of all the things I thought we were gonna snap back into the server with, it wasn't a Nova, just bullying down Banana.
Yeah, that was unexpected. A dangerous round here. It's super scary. Stacks work really well because it's hard to seek out information without taking like Hall's control or just breaching that gap at bracket where there's so many close angles for pistol. So no matter what you do, you can always lose here on these types of rounds. So it looks like Navi are going to be taking it slowly, but still picking the correct site. However, information is being gathered here from Vitality. They're already at the bottom of Banana.
Yep.
2 other cops have made it to a site. They're within a position now that they'll be within the grenades. Ooh. They could potentially just shoot someone in the back.
Timing.
Oh my God.
Again, the one-shot execution that takes away a smoke that was meant to couple with this hit. 3 Ts are out from apps. RPK hopes to bring it back, but he's just hiding in the back of this bomb site, dodging the grenade as ZywOo continues to walk closer and closer, but Flamey is his kryptonite again. RPK takes 3!
He didn't just do that! Are you kidding me? For 15, for match points!
And he just puts his hands together, making magic happen, doesn't even smile, doesn't even cheer.
You should have paid your respects to the Godfather, because this is what happens if you don't. Hey, put that back on.
Make that a soundbite and a half. Blast. RPK has just delivered. C'est trop chaud. Aïe aïe. Yeah, reset from that. Good luck.
That's how you
I need to sit down, man.
That's how you get the 15. And oh my God, info play from the man, from Zai. Gets all the way down Banana, rotates out nice and easy. They're just in a comfortable spot. RBK parks his tank in the site. 2 ops up and a trash buy here from Navi. They got 1 SG, a Galil, a few pistols. They at least have some utility, but Jesus, they are back at square one.
And they go for the head boost down mid. Rubbing dirt in the wounds. Navi were looking like they were piecing this one together. They had finally strung together more than 1 round on this T side. And that happens? Oh mon Dieu. But there's still lethal pistols at play. Electronic on his own over towards this B site. Not only getting a kill, but you can see drawing Shox on the rotation. ZywOo's gonna give up his position in sight, and he peeks into Simple. That 1 kill from Electronic puts everything in question here at this A site. RPK from Pit. Oh, a 2nd kill. Is he gonna do this again? Nope. Electronic back in. But now things get awkward. Both teams are separate. Both teams with 2 members left. But everybody feels alone. Silence blankets the server. Apex wraps back through the apps as bomb is picked up. And that plant is a commitment. Shox could have had line of sight. Apex most certainly will, but if he doesn't move fast enough, then Simple's gonna come back behind him and have a super strong post plant. But now the questions start racking their brains. Where has he gone? And if you don't check under the bed, the monsters pop out. Simple, trying to commit to the duel, knows that this bomb's not for him. Shox could be sticking it. He makes the sound. And Navi win another.
Shot doesn't land, no bomb can be stuck, and that's it. An easy 1v2 from Simple. Really nicely done. Baited out those peaks beautifully and flanking the flanker. Who would have thunk? That's the way to pull it off. Simple is officially on the board. We've got him at 22 kills, and it felt like he was really lagging behind this game. And we're still within 3, and just like that, the economy swings completely.
Shattered.
They had a terrible buy last round. Basically nothing to work with. Cracked open the code that was the A site. This is the only thing that could change the game right now. This op for Vitality.
Or RPK's
They could
Deagle.
hemorrhage the bleeding. Yeah, he still has a Deagle. That's true.
Like you said, they did it with less, so Navi have a fresh reminder that they should not sleep on this round. But they walk back into Flamey. That's gonna give Alex a chance to get a gun. Another attempt from Boiler. Perfecto's overwhelmed. Man advantage is taken by Vitality. This would be 2 rounds they had no business winning if they close it here. A T-smoke down on Coffin, a run boost into the bomb site. ZywOo's ready for it. Apex has got him with the Deeg, and Simple in a 1 versus 4 to try and keep this going. He has the time to play. 50 seconds left. 2 CTs from Spawn. It's a great flash, but he dodges the shots. If anybody overextends, he is done for. But they're playing with him. They know. The Deagles have done it again, so it seems. Time is his biggest issue. 30 seconds. He would have to walk in here like a sprinkler and spin. But it's Vitality with the win.
Wow, they pull it off, man. And they do it just in the fashion that Navi almost gave us the hope that they could bring it back with that really rotten half buy. Barely any good guns to work with, and what a tumultuous 2 halves, honestly.
Back, ladies and gentlemen. So we're on a quick break, but now we get into it where we get to break down this first map, which was Inferno. Vitality end up taking it, but I gotta say, and Chad and I were talking about it a bit there, RPK, he has shown up and he has saved Vitality on this first map. I mean, 3 huge clutch rounds for him.
Well, in that second half, right, he obviously had the pistol round with the USP from the pit, and then that Deagle round right there. That was wow. That's not the RPK that we've known to come over the years. So this is obviously to kick off the second half here. It's a fantastic way to do so. Now, look, we can go through the stats right here because you've got Alex on top of the scoreboard with 24 kills to his name, RPK with 24 kills to his name, and then ZywOo, who we're probably not going to have too many highlights from, still had 23 kills and 8 assists. So the contribution is there, but the impact came from these other names. Alex having a 2v1 clutch within that first half, right? We had that situation with, I think it was the 3rd round of the game. Alex wins that clutch situation, and that from that point goes to a spree of 5 rounds on the board for Vitality. I thought it was going to be the other way. I thought we were going to be seeing those crazy clutches and impact plays coming out from the Navi guys, while Vitality were more clinical.
Navi are looking a little bit deflated to me.
I would be as well. I mean, listen, in context, if they come out of it, wasn't our map, Pig. It's not even necessarily our best map. That's fine. Vitality had all the leads in the game. But actually, if you watch the way the game played out, like, they basically had the answer by the end of the first half. That's where they were right back in the game. Second half, it was just losing against pistols that basically cost them. As if you're Navi, you have to feel like, actually, that game was just within our grasp. Then we blew that big round on it.
Pistol round, RPK saves them. Yeah. They already had A site, and then RPK comes up with 3. That Deagle round, the rifle round. We actually had the 3 big clips right there that RPK just saves them in those 3 rounds.
Well, I feel like you guys are framing this from the angle that Vitality got lucky, whereas I think the scoreline the other way, like I think the 16-12 scoreline, Vitality put a bigger beat down on them problem than that. Because the only reason that that first half was close at all was because of one man, and that was Boombl4. He had 172 ADR at one point within the first half. He was 22 and 11.
Stop feeding him then.
But what those rounds that he was getting done, right?
Man alive.
Those rounds where Boombl4 was finding impact, he was doing a fantastic job.
Yeah,
but
of course.
there was nobody else really alive for Navi in the first half. Boombl4 had the 4K on the B-bomb.
This was a big
round.
one.
This was
Yes.
huge. You know, he also had an ace, right? So Boombl4 is finding a lot of impact, but nobody else was really coming alive.
Yeah, but I'll counter that. So we obviously get to hear some of the comms, and after those first few rounds, we saw there was twice they triple-naded him, killed him.
Yeah.
They thought they had the read on Boombl4, and they thought we can bully this guy, we're going to push up, and actually that ended up being their undoing. Like that half was basically, should have been a double-digit first half. It ended up being so close precisely because of that. So I agree, in terms of like overall flow of the game, they had a number of times where they were in control, but it did take the heroics of RPK to put them over the line. Otherwise, they'd have been the ones sitting back going, what happened to that game? I thought we had it always in the palm of our hand.
He definitely called a lot, right? Because in the first half, he finished with 23 kills. Overall, he finished with 28. So I don't know how good you guys are at maths, but that means he only had 5 kills within that second half, right? So in terms of the T side for Navi, I wasn't expecting too much, but obviously losing to those Deagle rounds, Alex with the Mac 10 in Banana, for example, those are rounds that is probably why they were looking deflated, right? Because if you're going to be losing those force buy or pistol upgrade rounds, and you're still doing a good job as a new team who's only been playing together for 15 days, you're going to start feeling, man, these little mistakes are the ones that shouldn't be our undoing. I also want to make a quick note about Apex.
Yeah, you have a clip actually to go with this one, don't you?
Which I think we've already run through most of them here, but I just want to talk about Apex, who I had him on my podcast the other night, and he said that one of his biggest regrets was not using the Krieg, the SG, for those aren't familiar with the old terminology, for like 7 months of his career. On the T side, he was entry fragging with that weapon. Now, he only has 17 kills to his name here, but in the T side, I think he had at least 10 kills with the Krieg, and he was looking a lot more comfortable in that entry fragging role than what I've seen in a while. So he's looking better.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back and getting ready for map 2. Dust 2 is what's on the menu. He screams, he shakes the hand.
Yeah. Was
that better or worse than Cold Zera's pop-off last week? Who's got the Blast pop-off trophy in your hand?
the really toxic pop-off where he was like, you should surrender, right? Press
or you are
F7 and
weak.
Surrender. You're weak and frail. Yeah, that one was mean. I like that one.
Give me your answer before this pistol goes.
I can't decide. It's 50. I think it's, no, I don't know.
You're a wimp. Ladies and gents, pistol round is ready for you. Navi and Vitality here on Dust 2. But it's not a sprint into the bomb site just yet. They hit it at the minute 30 mark. Shox on the plat. Alex behind Carr. He's the first to fall. Shoxy, 2 kills already. There's the third one, snapping back for the fourth, but he's got reinforcements. ZywOo saves the day.
Wow, that's it. He's going to be winning the round. That's it. Now, Boombl4 is going to come in, get blasted away by ZywOo from within the site. What a hold there from the big box by Shoxy. So nice, dealing with both sides of the engagements and having his teammates delay for him to shine, really.
Yep.
See, he picks off the guy on the left as well as Alex whittled him down a little bit, picking up the trade frag, but staying alive was the most important part of all of that.
That is Vitality with 3 for 3 pistols.
Yeah, that's a good stat, especially considering they were able to win that first map. Thinking about that fact that Navi could have very easily won the first map.
2 of them coming off of 3Ks.
Almost 200 damage. Okay, there's the trade. Thinking, you know, what do you take more? And it's like having the extra bit of manpower might be worth it. But now here's where the SMGs ring off. Boombl4 goes down upper tunnels. And as you mentioned, it's just been a lot of pistol buys here for Navi. They recover a MP9 at the very least. A cute gun, not great at distances, not great on the T side.
Yeah. It's like a confetti cannon.
What kind of gloves are we working with here?
Those, I'm not sure, man.
Those are cool though, huh?
Look like bananas.
I feel like he's got to get the bulldozer.
Just bananas wrapped around his fists.
Go with that banana gun. RPK pops up and takes him down. 2 are gone. Perfecto and Flamey are out. 4 alive here for Vitality. Very, very clean anti-eco round here from them.
Great spot for them to be in.
Could have got ugly too. Initial deagle kill from Simple off the top of mid. Really quick. We'll move into round 3, and we'll see if Navi can land on their feet. They go ahead and pick up a couple of AKs. SG in for Flamey. A little bit in the reserves. Oh, just there for a second, actually. Guns are going to be picked up. Everyone down to 200 or less. Basically got a decoy apiece to their names. They're going to waste that money either. They split up into quick lower tunnels control. The smoke down on Xbox means Flamey can skip worrying about an off sitting on Cat will jump up and start steering stuff out by himself, and it's kind of an old school engagement here at long. Wow, a push all the way through the tunnels. RPK, Jesus.
Damn,
it's a minute
man.
26, he's already through the doors at long. I mean, they're in a full default. They wait for him completely.
Ooh, good trade from Boomich. Good thing he was right there behind Electronic. Ooh, Og from Apex. Oh, but it's Boomich to go one better, leading the charge up Catwalk and clearing the A bomb site. They've already got a lockdown here on mid and Flamey.
Such a ridiculous amount of pressure put on by Vitality so early. Look at where the fights happen, right? We have the RPK push at the beginning of the round. Minute 26, he's through the long doors off his flash from his teammate. When he dies there because they think that Navi are grouped up tunnels or something like that, and they're actually just waiting for him, then they both try to double push off Cat when it's Navi who, once again, we're working on a very standard default. It feels like they made those moves off of very little information and were totally wrong. So I'm not exactly sure what spurred that, but it was a bit risky, and Vitality definitely had a lot of good guns to work with. Again, last round they recovered 4, so they only upgraded a single weapon. And you have to wonder why they played it so aggressively. I wonder if RPK's plan was to use that flash from Alex, get his kill and fall back. Maybe
could have been.
Yeah, if he was trying to commit around, it seemed crazy for what they knew. But
seeing as we did have 3 players from Navi then go up Catwalk, you know, maybe he thinks that he gets behind that or that they're not so well prepared for his push, but
yeah, like a minute.
Still, man, ballsy.
Yeah, like just no time to... Usually you see, the reason I'm harping on it is usually when you see teams clearing out the long doors, that's a process. That can take a full minute before they feel comfortable coming around the corner. But I really want to know if he's going to try it again in the future, or if he's just a bit too scared now. There's a huge engagement on the cusp here at long. 4 CTs that are grouping up to retake.
It's like 40 flashbangs later, and it is Navi to pick them all up. Boomich, 3 flash assists. I need somebody to go back and count those flashbangs. Felt like 20 seconds of just blindness, but this round's not over. At least both these CTs are in position on this A site, and with Electronic not being up middle here, Shox has a good chance to throw himself up Catwalk. If they lose long, so be it. They're going to have them corralled on site.
Yeah, it's a little dangerous, but you got to like forfeiting the A site just because that's like the last place they're going to get to after a certain amount of time, clearing out angles, holding for pushes. So here the CTs try to add some value by working on other stuff, but ZywOo will eventually come back to this long smoke, wait around the corner. Simple is prepped for the flank. He's got to hope now that no one's holding this. They come in and check. He'll take some bullets through the door. He gets some info and the kill. He wins the duel, but the late trade from behind. Electronic catches him on the way out of the door, and that puts our last man in a very awkward spot. Wow. Not sure what he was hoping to get from that, but at the same time, he had the MP9, which wouldn't have been so much fun to try to pull off the 1v2 anyway.
No, that close smoke was really the only spot he could have prevailed. But
this round is madness, man. They have four CTs coming out to long, 3 die instantly. Yeah. Great flashbangs, as you pointed out, at least 40 to 50. That came over top of the long doors.
So we had like Boomich behind blue, Perfecto with that lineup, and more crucially, Simple takes the head off of the player on the corner angle.
I think we had a bit of an awkward situation with the 2 players who were peeking long, kind of lined up a little bit, made the spray a bit easier. So
and they lost their support player first.
So the spacing, I think, potentially key there.
They're done.
But it was good to see the flash assist also coming through on all 3 players who died. That's a great sign for Navi. They'll now work out towards long. Stack here from Vitality up on the Cat. Simple will pop his head up and smell those eco kills, but he can't get them. Mac-10 falling back, as well as a grenade on the fadeaway. And it is an Iverson from him. Shox goes down and he turns it into a Glock burst 2-piece.
And here's ZywOo finally with some kind of an answer, but as expected, CT's mowed down. Money being made.
Apex sits down on his computer. It's like, oh, what happened this round, guys? I'm still in spawn.
The odds.
Here's all these footsteps.
Ever increasing to the favor of Vitality here.
Yeah. It's true. We get closer to this bomb not getting planted. Who knows what could happen? Let's keep hope alive here.
One USP versus the world. Here's the footsteps. He's not going to be able to do anything about it.
What would David Attenborough say about this situation?
Oh, Mo, this is too much of a prey moment. It's too much of a beta frag, you know.
Okay.
Would have said the extinction is real, and down goes Apex. He never had a chance.
Right. In some kind of accent
Yeah.
or whatever. Simple opping immediately. Lots of money left here for all of the players in Navi, which is huge. And yeah, Optans are back. Vitality going for broke in this round. So they saved all of their money. Barely spent anything on that previous attempt. To push off a cat one more time. Let's see if history repeats itself. Shox. He's gonna spot so many. Electronic hadn't made his way down mid just yet. Perfecto has his teammates back from lower tunnels.
Damn. Catwalk just got crushed.
Wow.
I mean, it didn't look like he was going for frags. It looked like he wanted to get towards spawn. Just ran past his targets.
ZywOo just recognizes like the intensity of the situation. He's got to make a move. He hits his opponent through the door. That's a chance for Alex to peek when Ziop is on cycle. Doesn't jump to the call, however. He's sitting here by the door waiting for them to make a further mistake. And Vecto. Oh, that time keeps on out. Oh, it's actually Simple who didn't care that he got tagged and waited.
RPK is going to be burnt into the open. Perfecto, no cares given. Just flies up Xbox, sprints down Catwalk. And they took that round instantly, because there was a moment there where the remaining members of Vitality looked like they had a chance.
Oh, could have been revenge for the leg shot.
They're coming for him.
ZywOo hurt him bad, but who will be the victor? I think the flicker of the scopes is heard from both sides. I really, for some reason, I know it's just an exit kill, but I want to see this duel happen. But it looks like Boombl4 will be the first point of contact somehow. ZywOo gets poor Flamey. He just wanted to watch. He just wanted to watch. He's been assisting Boombl4 with these flashbangs all series. He didn't want that smoke.
Just cannon fodder. But this that awkward one from Shox there, kind of tunnel visioned on the players in lower.
I'm serious. I'm not too excited about seeing these fast cap plays.
Right.
It feels like they're making a lot of very aggressive pushes where
my thoughts exactly.
They get a certain amount of information that's great, and they skip a few angles and they're good, but then they just keep going. Like they go all the way out. Shox turning the corner there, not even considering the thought they could be at mid. I don't know why. You know, they might not have bursted out mid B, but they could have gone out the doors and cleared out mid doors quickly.
Of course.
With just that alone, there's still too many T's there for you to be like running to the top of mid. So why is it that Vitality are being so aggressive here on CT side? It's potentially costing them rounds.
It definitely cost them that one. Not too far gone. Still 4-2 lead for Navi. Back in with a massive weapon advantage and an opening pick on top of it.
Yeah, okay.
Shox is dead again.
He's got to walk that one off. We just replay the reaction from last round.
Right, yeah. Or just get a compilation of the reactions so far. Here's Flamey under a bit of pressure, but not a problem. Good little attempt there to couple the flashbang from long. Really not working out here for Vitality in their pistol rounds. And the next man is Alex.
I would totally like to see Vitality on this next round slow it down a bit.
Okay.
Like let this round play out a bit longer and see if they can win a more standard round. Right?
Fair.
They did lose a round as well where Navi decided to bust out of long doors versus 4 players. That's still a round where Vitality have a great setup out the gate. So they know it's going to be long control. They want to take the fight. That's fair play. But for these next rounds, maybe like try something similar to that again, but don't employ your aggressive options so early without getting information. Maybe try to bleed it down to the point that Navi have to execute. Try to test them to see if they'll be uncomfortable if they have to execute.
Cool.
And yeah, let ZywOo work, you know?
I mean, those are the moments that I feel like they won their pistol rounds with on Inferno.
Yeah.
They were sitting in bomb sites. They were putting up crossfires. You know, there was no running down mid.
Yeah, like if this map is played properly for Vitality, ZywOo should always be able to be a huge reason why they win. There's so much room for him to work around on both sides of the map. If he has an op, he can be in 10 places in a round. So if they go and lose all of their pawns before their queen, then they're going to end up looking very stupid and putting him in a position where he can do, only thing he can do is save. There it is, that 100, 150 or less second reaction time. And we get the same, I don't know if it would have been the same reaction. I'm really not sure. I think it was, yeah, it was just the same reaction. That's hilarious.
All right, back into the gun round. Shox has an op. Oh, but Electronic has the opening pick. A chance at a second. Alex still can't manage a kill, and Flamey bests him. Not only are Navi on fire for the first time in this series, but look at the aggression.
That's terrifying. He just took that shot, knew Apex is around the corner, and chased him down with the scope. Tough that they lose those 2 kills, but I don't mind it from Vitality to attempt it. They just don't have, they might be getting a little unfortunate. It's hard to say. Flashes have been good from Navi on their way up. Timing's just fine. Spacing looks okay from Vitality. They just can't trade that kill.
This could be a chance. Nope, empty-handed.
Whoa, that's sick, man. Great peek from ZywOo. Comes in just enough to throw that nade. Ends up doing a huge amount of damage and doesn't fall off the railing. That's huge.
They don't smoke cross, then Flamey, he could be the casualty, but a missed bullet here from ZywOo completely forfeits the A site, and suddenly the save seems so valuable. Get out while you can.
Yeah. That's not too bad for Vitality to take these guns into the next round. A couple of ops. Oh, if they do. Wow, Electronic.
No? Yeah, okay, I was gonna say, ready for another? Man, who stands here?
Who stands here this late into a round? Winners, I guess.
I'm offended, actually, that he is this deep in T-spawn. 2 weapons better than none, especially considering both are ops. Back to back, the final stand. When was the last time you saw Shox opping?
One of my favorite aces of all time, Shox versus VODS Pro on Inferno. Ace with a couple of no-scopes, I believe. Next up to Bat. Oh, through the wall, yeah.
Warning shot. That's the twice now where ZywOo's hit him, but not
killed him. But yeah, it seems like the case with Simple is if you don't kill him, he's going to kill the rest of your team. So.
It's that long play, the replay here. Alex, I mean, more than a chance at getting that frag.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
It's going to take another look to see exactly where it goes wrong in terms of the nades for Vitality, but coming out long is not working out so hot for them. Now maybe you can see why they want to try to put. Oh, they're going for a fast long once again. Flash to assist both ways. Oh, shot is not connecting here for ZywOo. Don't know if he was blind off the second peek as well. You would think he was, because that was pretty much a sitter. Apex going to take a lot of damage on that shoulder peek.
Yep.
He's only got the deagle, but he drops the smoke off. There's not going to be an execute into B. Vitality maintain long control here with much worse guns. But it's a weird fight that is the reason. 2 ops means that Vitality certainly could still win this round. Shox here with the op over the top of the corner of the smoke. Will look for a target. How long does he want to hang out, though, is the question. It's a very, very powerful spot, but also scary. As you can get naded from the lower tunnels, there's not much you can do about it.
Alex, all the while, will be content to sit and wait, just tuck back behind door. But it's the numbers towards Catwalk that could keep Navi on fire.
This is totally fine. Alex, yeah. He's found some sanctuary, and he's got a CZ. This is a great gun to have behind this door. Rotates are going to be a little bit delayed to A.
It's especially great if it is just one player coming at him. That 12-bullet magazine. Not a great place to be, but everybody else is coming in off of the catwalk. RPK with a FAMAS. Op over the shoulder. They're going to see these bodies starting to pile up. Such little cover to work with, though. Oh, 3! And he continues to swing.
Oh my God.
ZywOo's going to get one.
Everyone relax.
Damn, man. RPK with, again, a solid hold. Oops. No matter. 3 seconds left over. Flamey's just looking to get out of here with his gun. But of all the things.
The way that the round is drawn up for me, it's that you have Shox as the pressure point on the A side. Normally you don't have a rifle and an op both working together to get the fights. More than that, RPK is pretty much like, let me see what I can do, and then you can probably clean up. But instead, it's him to get all of the kills on the cat corner. Shox stays in the back, doesn't have to hit a damn shot at all. He's totally fine. So he'll take this op, and the double op ends up working out beautifully, I guess. Vitality win long and then they win the round. Is that a coincidence? It's hard to say. Navi fought for it, but only slightly. They liked, a lot of the times they've been getting out long, getting 2 kills and 3 ending the round. Vitality, maybe they feel like a lot of their A site hinges on that long control, and they can establish a better hold there. They figure that out, then potentially we've got a better CT half to look forward to. I don't think they need to push to get all the way through, just get pick control.
Yeah, I mean, let that one ramp hold be a shining example to the unneeded aggression that we had seen from at the start of this. This half is not too far gone for Vitality to swing it back. They'll have the guns to do so here, but they still have money to work against for Navi. We've got buys on both sides, and then some. There's a little bit of a mid-challenge.
It's definitely something I'd like to see, is for them to start to be dissuaded a bit from going to A. Maybe try to take on that mid to B. Yeah, but spots have changed up. As you mentioned, ZywOo here on the A site. 2 of the Ts putting pressure on Cat.
Two Ts over towards doors as well. Remember, Alex, he got away by just being tucked in there. If they decide to go for more of a split, then they're not as bottlenecked versus RPK. But minute mark, they're starting to cheap all the bodies back over here towards Catwalk.
If ZywOo's pushed up all the way to the corner, he can take a shot, fall into CT spawn, and then have a hard time rotating if they're moved fast enough, and he doesn't have any assistance. Though Alex now has moved in quite a bit faster. He's sitting on the default, which is a bit dangerous in terms of where the Molotovs can land. They'll have to move from this spot, but it looks like Navi have other plans.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go to this B site. Remember, Shox tagged up early, sits on 20 health. Crisp headshot coming in off of Apex, but Boombl4, he's going to gun down the rotator, and they come out from tunnels at the perfect time. Boombl4 still in here, doesn't fall to the pistol, and suddenly it's all on Apex. That bomb sent scrambling on the back of Simple just needs to sprint towards the A site. They will have time, but he's got to get going.
Wow, they get up and out of there. That's such a weird round, because that one P250 shot could have just changed things up completely. Would they have had time to even get the bomb down? Maybe not easy to get there free. Last kill comes in. Apex is out. 2 ops down on that round for Navi. They're up 7-3.
A beauty from Boombl4. Getting into that CT spawn, cutting down the first player to walk through smoke, not falling while being one shot to the P250. He leads the charge again for Navi in an opening half, 11-4.
Don't laugh at Alex, guys. I hear you. Okay. He had a great map last map. Protect Alex.
Ooh, there it is. ZywOo finally able to just pick up a clean op duel versus Simple. Ooh, but Electronic, even being somewhat blinded, instantly claws it back. And that's going to leave Alex to just scurry off towards the A site yet again. They have moves to make Vitality.
Yeah. I love this, that they're facing this new challenge again. This previous round, though, I quite liked the setup from Vitality. I thought they looked pretty good, and it was only a couple very strange kills that allowed Navi to win it. But attempting the mid to B, it was probably a good call. They had the rotates over. Alex pulled over to A. Op, the stronger op, I guess you could call it, over on the A site. But here it is, back to where they have the most trouble. Long control here for Navi. 2 players on the A site. No one's pushing mid. Apex has attention here.
Yep, they're on the boost. Oh no, it's not a boost. Shox just has leverage. Alex completely nullified. Close range with the AWP. Shox, another! Not a third. Perfecto's gonna best it, but still, that's man advantage up at the 35-second mark. Alex taking that tidbit of damage should be an audio cue for the Ts to play with. Separate duels though, 1v1s, not the way you want to give this back to Navi. They're going to feel pressured on this bomb site, pressured in the post plant. They know exactly where Electronic's at. He does good damage, and he's still standing, but ZywOo's had enough.
Damn. Pops up and takes his hat off. That was crazy, right through the railing. ZywOo's too quick with it, man. That's a nuts round. A good retake. And another demon down. Navi attempt to go for that long control. They get it 4v4. You think they're in a pretty good spot. There's no pushes from Vitality to get info on B. Wow. What a confident peek there from ZywOo. It's not every day you see the CT winning that duel in pro matches, at least.
The Shox op.
That's disgusting, man.
He's embodying his
He's
lifelong
so good.
friend of Smith's, recently retired fully now. Swinging it for him.
3 rounds of difference. Let's see what the buys will look like. Everyone's got lots of money. That's definitely not a problem. Vitality actually quite a bit lower on money, even though they just picked that one up.
Yeah. It's that early success of Navi that Vitality now find themselves up against.
Does Shox have an op on the ground? I think is a big question. Yeah,
Yes,
he'll
sir.
have one picked up. So we move into the double ops again, and we're going to have maybe long control again here from Navi. Let's see how this works out. Lots of CTs at their attention, and a great shot from Shox that kicks things off. The first time they've got a 5v4 in this situation.
Just plucks Boomich from the sky. And ZywOo denies Electronic any footing here towards Cat. So instantly, Navi start to shuffle their way down middle.
They know 2 ops are over at A. It's going to be a difficult rotate. ZywOo is going to take heed. He's moving over towards the mid doors. We might have another duel from him in Simple. 5v3, and you know that the T's are going to get desperate.
Yeah, there are grenades for any play they decide to make. Curious. They opt not to go through middle. It's all in on tunnels.
Not even a mid to B smoke means that ZywOo can go ahead and clear out those doors, give his teammates peace of mind. No one's waiting to come through on the split. They can focus down on the tunnels. No reason they should lose here.
Shouldn't. But so far, so good. That's so much damage starting to stack up here. Like you said, Navi, they're just going to get desperate. They knew that they could cut off the rotates if needed, but there's still that burden of hitting B. No open skybox from the tunnels just yet.
Yeah, they may or may not have changed things, but they had 2 players full attention down the tunnels. No one even had to sit in the window and catch them late. You can literally stand in front of the tunnels and look down, and that's why they want to have. You don't necessarily have to split B through mid. You just have to have the threat of it. That still achieves the same effect of having a CT in a spot where they can't focus all their attention on one choke point. But they didn't have that threat once ZywOo came and cleared out mid with the Zop. They had the smoke to use if they wanted to, but decided to cut noise and go for the full exec. But ZywOo had a great rotate to mid to get that info early. T timeout here as we talk about things. A great opening to the round, much better for Vitality than it has been in the past. Could it be new beginnings for them? They have now stopped the long control with their opening op kill. They have better nades going on there, plus ZywOo is pushing off Cat every single round, but here's one where he gets a kill at the exact same time. Navi not getting away with some of their old habits.
Well, they've got time to change it up a bit. 3 more rounds here on the offense. Double digits, best case scenario. Looks like we're trudging back towards long. Both teams ready to clash here. Ooh, and Shoxy's gonna do it again.
Again.
This time versus Simple.
He's been getting shut down.
That he has. I mean, and even earlier when Navi were winning rounds, he was getting away with damage still, right? He wasn't being dropped out of the round and then he could respond with the AWP, but now he's just being straight up splattered.
Look how things change. Oh, he gets tagged by the smoke. That's tough.
Yeah, poor Perfecto. They recall the mid play.
Yep, eyes on Shox. 2 CTs clearing out mid. They can easily rotate back. They have control right now. A decent grenade that goes their way. Should have probably done more damage.
Yeah, had that banked off his forehead. It's 50 damage, but instead it hits the wall.
Interesting. They actually think it's going to be B. Overplaying their hand here, Vitality. All these nades coming off of Cat. Might give him another suggestion.
Ooh, missed smoke. Falls down, meant to stop on the ledge. Perhaps. Or maybe not. No, excuse me. It's just meant for Boomich to play around Car because he drops through CT. What do I know?
They haven't cleared out anybody here. Shox is already gutting in a post-plant position. Boomich gets traded. Apex was just making sure it wasn't B, I think.
Yeah. Now, obviously, the strength of having these 2 CTs on long is RPK doesn't have to turn his head away from this late lurk. But if he does, then Shox could be susceptible to this hit. A miss from the AWP. Electronic is down, but they don't know where Flamey's at.
He just killed Shox.
Firing down range, it's at a distance. This is going to allow ZywOo to just get on top of the bomb, and it's a 5-second stick made easy.
Yeah, it can't even be planted for him safely off of the Cat. Wasn't he the one who...
No, Electronic Sorry,
I
what?
think he came out through the door, but they had already turned the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. He had killed Shox. But another great opening here for Shox on long once again. They are doing such a better job now in the early round. Looking like a much more stable team when it comes into the late portions of the round. But obviously they had such a struggle going in and trying to hold it with 3, even 4 people at times. I can't believe ZywOo is going for this pick over and over again.
Well, he's got Shox in front of him to take the damage.
Yeah, that's true.
2 ops versus the scout, and yet Simple still stands. Alex was curious from Catwalk, but he retreats. There's the opening pick from Shox. That's long A doors again.
What is
this, 3 rounds in a row?
Count them up, man. That's, 3 5v4s, and they have iced out 2 of them already. Bringing those into round wins and looked very good, and even had 2, 3, or 4 players alive. Yeah, but Navi run round in the lead, but it's not telling the story anymore. Shox up in the cross.
It's the all-in. A dwindling round count means they have 2 attempts left. This will be one. Just getting those pistols into the corner as quick as can be. Boomich moves his feet forward, but by the time he arrives, he's going to be running out of teammates. Unless he can do it all. 2 off of the spray down. Simple, all that's left. Does more damage, but RPK has had enough. This is now 4 rounds in a row from Vitality.
That round they have an even better rotate. Alex comes to help over at the A site.
Yep.
That previous round, it was just Shox alone. And they made a...
What's this? Oh.
But even when they made that bad rotation, actually Shox wasn't standing there on the ramp fighting them crossing cat. He fell back in a pit and they played the retake. So even though they had a bad call, they had a good adaptation to make up for it. And didn't try to rush the process even though they had a man advantage. Another round, 5v4, they bring into a round win.
Whoa, rapid exchange down at the bottom of mid. Alex almost. A second nade nearly, but Boomich retreats into the tunnels. This is where he'll find 2 of his teammates, 3 members of Navi ready to hit this B site with Flamey on the other side of the map.
With Apex down, they don't have the info, but now Alex has made his way over. Another great rotation by him.
But again, like you said, it's that threat of the mid split. And in this round, there's a possibility for it. Smoke's down, the cusp of the tunnels. Alex is going to throw himself into the mix of it all. Shox finding one off of the op, and here's the backstab from Alex. That one is going to be the nail in the coffin. RPK drops on him, and Vitality finish the half on fire from 7-3. Navi and Vitality, yet again, keeping things close, but this man, Shox, rocking the op all Dust too long. And Mohan, that double op setup that we saw between Shox and ZywOo really did seem to make a difference.
We remember the Shox that could take control of every map in history, and he was the star player of the team and the guy who had all the shine. And here you see glimpses of that in the sense that the kills that he's getting are so important, they're so flashy, they're so critical, and they're allowing his team to be able to ice out and come back into a situation where they had so many problems they didn't feel like they could ever solve. And now, Vitality finished the half on fire in a numerical lead on Navi's map pick. There's a chance here that Vitality can close this out 2-0.
And they wanted to play aggression at the start of their CT side. Well, now they're on the offense where they can get away with it a bit more, perhaps. But Alex, who had the majority of the utility there for Vitality, goes down. They're going to keep this one going. What? ZywOo just runs out catwalk, executes the player over here towards cross, goes one better, and takes down Perfecto.
Did he just control his USP spray? Recoil? By spamming it and dragging it down? And then, oh my god, 3 kills. The first one was the last bullet in the mag.
If I'm not wrong, and I may be, that's 4 for 4 on the pistol.
That's a big stat. That's a big stat. You know, that's what's going to swing maps that aren't going your way back in your favor. That's what's going to steal map picks, potentially. Oh, 4 kills? Oh my god. Wow. So he picked up a faulty USP as well, and then...
Did he pick up a USP with 1 bullet?
1 bullet, yeah.
And didn't die?
And didn't miss.
This man.
She...
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few players, okay? Shox for the 5v4s. ZywOo for controlling mid, having great rotations. ALEX for the great rotations as well. I think those are the three things that brought Vitality back into the last half. And the reason they're probably feeling very confident right now. The reason they brought momentum into that pistol round. The reason that Navi are back on pistols, as they have been so often. So it'd be a tough pill to swallow to drop this map and this series.
sure enough.
Yeah.
You
No other way to put it, you know. This is going to be very...
Simple's in a good position, and he has so many teammates around him. 4 players from Navi here on Cat, and ALEX caught with a grenade in hand. That's going to offer the Galil over.
Looks like it's fine for Vitality. They make the quick adjustment out to long. Look how quickly Shox is clearing angles on that mini-map. He's turning the corner now. They don't have a weapon to stop him as well. Flamey's got this deagle. It can be long range, but how close are they going to get? He peeks out and gets blasted away. There's nobody on the A site to defend. On the CTs are grouped up over on Catwalk.
And like you said, sure, they go for the cat control, but giving away long has put Vitality in a great position. As long as Simple doesn't connect some wild scout shots.
Just get the bomb down as soon as possible. You have a long flank. You can plant for a long plat if you'd like to. You can sit and wait for that smoke to come up, but you still got great guns to defend.
Plant safe.
Not really anything special here that Vitality can do. I find it unlikely they'd be able to kill Apex. More likely just to feed him kills.
Yeah, still 2 MAC-10s ready to make some extra money.
Yeah.
Shox here on the forefront and Apex on the back line.
Certainly not bad attempts for Navi to go, first of all, get that kill on Cat and put pressure, but a great adjustment from Vitality just to clean things up quickly. And it's like a free site. All they had to do is take out Flamey. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, you know, they get that 1 kill versus ALEX on the grenades, like not only grabbing the gun, but hoping maybe he was a piece of a bigger setup. Wasn't the case. They find nothing more. So Vitality will continue on fire, and Boomich keeps his gun.
I didn't catch those Betway odds. I'm assuming Vitality's still slightly favored here. Wow, greatly favored.
Closer.
This is just on the live odds in the map, but that's pretty intense. Yeah, almost 5-1 here with just a 3-round lead. But if it's for the series, I guess that makes sense. I guess that can make sense. What's the play? Navi have spotted out down mid, but they've spotted that they've been spotted. That information is now useless. So they both teams reset. Stalemate here, and it's re-aggression up on Cat. Again, not going to be too much of a surprise. One of obviously the follies of Dust 2 is that you can't do too many things that are surprising.
RPK is lucky to be alive. That was some great early damage from, I assume, Boomich. Sounded like a Galil.
Once again, long would be a prime target here for Vitality. Shox is the man to guard the door from the other side.
Electronic falling back. Flirting with these corners. He has his smoke and a deagle to play with. Minute mark. Vitality's still playing it safe. Keeping it cool.
I think they still look totally fine here if they want to go A or B. They've done a good job on this Mantico so far, but RPK is low. Attention towards Cat. RPK in the lower tunnels. Doesn't have to group up with them. They've got a good split. Shox can also delay. Wait for attention to be taken by Vitality as they move out. Simple and Electronic are the 2 opponents.
Yep. There are some heavier hitting guns. Electronic all the way down to 19. And Simple connects what's a crucial scout shot a second. Still, that bomb is 1 step closer to the site. ZywOo burning down the clock here, hoping his teammates can serve as distraction and pull attention elsewhere. If he just commits for this plant off of a kill versus Electronic, then at least he might make some money, but what? We gotta get that one on the highlight reel, because Simple's not stopping.
Revenge for Simple. What a round.
Simple with the scout.
From the corner that you'd only love to have an op from, he makes 4 of it with just the scout, and he's got no teammates to fall back on.
Why do I have this gut feeling that third one was a jump shot?
Look at this. ZywOo crossing. Oh, sorry, Apex, yeah.
Oh! Wow. I had a feeling.
That's nuts. I
felt it in all sorts of places.
We thought they removed that from the game, but yeah, at the apex of the shot. 100% accuracy. Well-timed jumping scout kill from Simple. 100% skill-based.
All right.
No sarcasm.
That's a good one from Navi. That's the sort of round that kind of just upends what was that 3-round lead. Upends the economic advantage. And Simple gets his hands onto the op as quickly as can be.
It really feels like a reward, doesn't it, to
Yep.
see him using the op now. It's level 2. I mean, it has the same effect. I mean, if he's going to hit as many scout headshots as he did, but now he could miss a bit and still get the kill. Scary scenes here for Vitality. 2 CTs perched up on the dumpsters, but it's pressure out towards mid, and Simple's far from the action. However, Electronic hits a long-distance spray over from the A site.
Yeah, doing a good job of just spamming the smoke, but here comes a peek from Catwalk, and that catches off Electronic. Gives the T's a chance to cross over, but Simple's not missing shots. His op doing great work. Bomb picked up by Apex. As long as they keep their heads down, then they're not going to offer up another kill, and they can post-plant on Catwalk. Navi know this.
Yeah, they do. 3 on 4. Don't even know who to favor right now. The only thing that looks really good to me is the fact that Simple's here. He's alive. He's got the op. He's been playing well in these last couple rounds. Now we'll test him on the retake. Shox looking for a kill. No one's coming up cat this way. There's a chance for a flank frag to happen, and no one can hear this drop as well.
Yes, Flamey's still trying to keep his eyes behind. There's Shox's chance. Apex, he's going to feel pressured forward, so they offer the frags, they offer the retake. Vitality, they'll take their extra injection of cash, but they cannot hold on to bomb. So 9-10, Vitality still lead, but Navi closing the distance.
I actually love how they came back to cat so quickly on that explode, and then Simple was still good enough to catch them off. His teammate, who I think it was Electronic on the A site, ends up dying down to a spray by Zywoo, and then Simple has won his duel once again versus Zywoo on that cross. But that's one of the situations we've looked at other games where the CT Opper is not being proactive enough from that position, and Simple is not that player. He is always going to be proactive from that spot. He's hitting these very hard shots. He's taking difficult to win duels, but he's like nailing 2 consistently. Run out mid here by Alex. They go through the fire and the flames. No kills are had, except for Zywoo's.
Yeah.
Site is technically compromised right now. Flamey in a prime position, though, to rack up the ADR. However, Simple to catch Zywoo crossing one more time.
Still, we got a bomb plant for Apex and a headshot on RPK. If they get flustered and rush this, there's a chance that they can lose. Trying to bait RPK into the peak, perhaps. He's got 16 bullets in the magazine.
No one tunnels.
Electronics waiting just on the other side. You can see Vitality getting a little nervous, wanting to go for the peaks, and the timing's there. The spray hits too. Oh, the P250 taps! No way! He gets it again!
He did it again! All 3. No one came tunnels. He decided to push out of the window. He was probably worried that someone's going to be flanking. They run that kind of classic French post plant of pushing through their choke points to take the fight outside. And this is just disgusting. That was the moment, and that clapped in the helmet.
Yeah. Trop facile.
Yes.
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 Yes, one more. Here we are. The score, still 2 rounds the difference, but Navi, they are all invested in this. Money on the line. A spree of rounds to be offered over, perhaps. Map control to be offered over. Apex finds a gaping hole in mid.
They try to exploit this timing a couple of times. Previously, there's been some attention from Navi at mid early in the round, like the first 20, 30 seconds. Good, I guess, that they try it again. Not anyone holding on to long here for Navi. CT setup seems a little strange. Electronic with the rifle. Oh, he tries. He tries and he tries, but Apex is just a little bit better, and a great spray down from 2 SGs on the map, almost simultaneously, leaving just Simple.
Weird, though. They
and
give up
Flame
cat.
together in weird spots. There's a chance.
This is too much. Flamey gets 3 kills, using that Krieg majestically, but yet Simple still has the chance. 1 versus 2, and his eyes through the door. He could just throw himself into this. Simple, what are you made of? 30 seconds. Shox has bomb. Apex is going to try to give cover, but he's the player at 24 HP. Bomb has been planted. 2 flashbangs, all the utility, both on the side of Vitality, and a missed shot gives his position away. He's gonna start to have his health shaved, and Simple still ready to make this happen. A warning shot over the bow. Still time to clutch this. He has the kit. Bomb halfway ticked. But Apex has the cover. He can just stay anchored on this plat. He goes for the peek and he takes Simple down. The threat quelled. Vitality back up to a 3-round lead.
He opens up a couple of options there. It felt like he was going to push in. When a plant came out, that didn't happen. Waited, had a scope up on Shox to peek from the back of the site. One came in through the door. They got that information, but Shox got away with his life, and then it was just a little bit too hard. Was thinking if Simple was planning to save in that spot. But look at the money from Navi. He certainly had his eyes set on just taking the round if possible, but it couldn't happen. A great attempt by Flamey in the tunnels, man. That was such a stellar handling of the situation, but obviously Shox, the third man to come up to trade, you think he's definitely going to win it. And he does, of course, pull it out. This is a round brought to you by a lot of early mid presence there from Vitality. Busting out of the doors, Apex getting that initial frag. Ooh. And Shox has been a great doorman over at long. Always handling the situation, knowing when to pull out. Oh,
yeah.
Just beautiful rifle work from him.
He's playing bouncer. No entry allowed. Simple does sneak through, but Shox repositions. And it's still not enough.
That's going to happen.
From time to time. 3 for 4. It's a pass. Oh, Apex gonna put an end to it. So 4 rounds the lead. Vitality 13-9.
Are we actually looking at a 2-0 here? There's a chance.
I think we're looking at a big steamy 2-0.
It could be, yeah. No, I don't know if Op is going to be purchased. So they had just enough money to do that. That's going to be one of the main outs for Navi in this map. Low on grenades, almost across the board, except for Perfecto.
But, you know, I have flashbacks already to Inferno, where it wasn't over. Navi made it close as possible as that second half was coming to a close. If it wasn't for the RPKs, we may still be. But here we have it. Unarmored Flamey. Lackluster utility, not a single kit for Navi.
Yeah.
The job getting harder and harder.
Important point, yeah. 2 out to long control to initiate. Like this so much better than when they go for their cap play. It seems like they give that up. Vitality are going to have their number. But what's interesting is that the op is not on A site. Instead, it's on the right side. Are they banking on some kind of mid B? Is that what they want? Looks like the bomb is posturing for the attack. Could be a potential fake here towards A. Not going to pull any rotations, but might hold one. Electronics got his attention turned, and ALEX comes out into the open.
Now, Perfecto could have been ready. Simple, he's still inside of the doors. He's locking down this B site. They're going to smoke him off, and that at least gives them the plant, perhaps. But there's a 2v4 to follow. At least right now, it is the 2 heaviest hitters for Vitality still standing. Shox and Zywoo. The dynamic op duo that established this round lead.
I love the immediate plant.
There's one. Cut down to just a single man advantage. Zywoo making noise, so they know that he's still flirting and floating around this bomb site, but Simple bests him. Here comes Shox! A second headshot, and a third one through the smoke! Nope, not yet. Still, the clutch could be. Flamey's down! Another round for Vitality, as they just keep this train rolling.
The SG update and the 1v3. Door, window, and tunnels all alone.
Cutting off those first 2 players was so crucial. He knew that the third one, Flamey, he was smoked. So it was either going to be a desperate...
I can't believe actually Simple gets that trade. Damn. That mental duel between these two and these op situations is crazy, but neither of them are scared. It's providing for like some of the most incredible CS that we've seen. And this is just nuts from Shox, man, for him to pull that out. 14-9. What a clutch. What a round, and the 2v4 in general.
Listen, Shox had a 71 blast score coming into this series.
Right.
I think we got to crank that up a bit.
Yeah, they should negotiate a little bit better for the next event, because it looks like his stats are owed to him at this point. He's playing way above potentially expectations. 96 ADR, 2-1 KD here, 24 kills. Looking solid. How do you say solid in French? Les solides?
Solide. Here we go. Oh, it's the flash that spells disaster. You can hide all you want, my friend. You are screwed, Boomich. Burned into the open, the utility advantage just flexing on Navi right now. Vitality, they smell blood in the water, and they're looking to get this series done.
Oh, it's rough because Navi just see the opportunity. They know they can win if they play the long game. They're going to have to try to build back from 9. Vitality will have a free map point here and series point. As Navi look to recollect themselves, get some money back, think about a full buy next round, and just do it the hard way. Yep. Scary for Vitality, you know. They know they're seeing their opponent save, so they don't get an all-in round here where they're like, well, now it's over. Oof. Instead, it's a tough and arduous road back.
Yeah, 6 rounds in a row is what they'll need to force this into OT. They did that in the first half on the offense. They strung 6 together. We saw Navi on fire, but it has been a while.
It has been a while. Vitality have made so many good adaptations from that point. Shox has come alive map after map at this point. It was such a critical part in their comeback in the first half.
And when this bomb pops, we're going to have Vitality engulfed in flames, looking to finish the map on fire.
It could be. It could be the case. Certainly see a world where that's possible. But now we talk about this round. Navi have saved everything. They have enough for all of their guns, all of their utility, and they can play all the positions that they want to. How will this round be dictated by Simple? Does he want to play towards mid, or does he want to play on the A site? Some of their most successful rounds was him on that elbow cross. Zaiwu looking for the duel at mid. No one's going to give him that fight just yet. Off of this round, Simple, kind of a new option here. We've seen Electronic play off of Cat very often. Here, he's pushed up. I don't know if he got spotted by Apex, but there's a chance he gets his face blown off right away. 5v4 already for Vitality.
That one's gonna hurt. Mollies go down instantly for Navi. A little cautious that maybe Vitality just sprint in for the win. Electronic's thrown himself amidst the smoke, and there are backs turned, but Apex still gets him. And now that A site is wide open. Sure, they don't have door, but Shox fades off of that flamey down in CT spawn. Boomich is removed, and this is it.
It's a bulldozer. Nobody
RPK
survives.
Trace. Perfecto gets at bat, but he too toppled. Vitality take it 16-9.
Wow. It just got easier as the rounds rolled on. Vitality in that last round, what even happens? Great flashes to help initiate those duels. Apex catching Simple was because he jump spotted with a flash, was waiting perfectly for that kill.
Krieg v AWP, and he just blasts him between the eyes.
If you want to watch more of this stuff, make sure to subscribe for the latest news, views, and videos right here on Blast.